it up on the road. Look, we're going to get in the Niners. Man, I'm starting to feel good about these Niners, man. I really am. I think this could be the start of a nice little run here as we get ready for the playoffs. But obviously the focus around the Bay Area is what happened down at Chase Center Wednesday morning.
Oh, I thought it was, baseball playoffs for you.
What about you? No, I watch baseball. I just don't watch the Giants. They stink. By the way, Farhan Zaidi will speak to the media at 11 o'clock.
Oh,
what do you want to hear from cliches. What do you want to hear from Farhan? What do you want Farhan to say?
The Russell Wilson of GMs.
Oh, man. Russell Wilson. Oh, my gosh. So, shout out to everybody who had Broncos 2.5 like your boy. That didn't work out well. Block field goal, interception there at the end of regulation. Hey, KJ Hamler's wide open, Russ. Come on, Russ. They paid you $165 guaranteed, Russ. Hit the throw. Doesn't hit the throw. A lot of us who had Broncos 2.5 lose our money, and life moves on.
How much money?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay, so it's not going to hurt you in the long run.
No, I don't bet like that.
Yeah, you're going to double down to that.
I don't bet like that. Yeah.
Braves money line.
Braves got a bye week, right? I'm waiting on them to play.
You love the Braves, don't you?
I do like the Braves a lot.
Why?
Because they know how to build a team. And they got great players who have swagger, who can flip a game in a heartbeat. Vaughn Grissom, Michael Harris III.
Look at you.
Now you got Ronald Acuna Jr.'s old news now.
Well, come on. He's one of the best players in the game.
Gosh.
In terms of talent.
Austin Riley.
Dripping with
I do like the Braves a lot. I do like the Braves. I do. Especially when people like
Strider.
Hey, like Dibbs and Willard who are like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Leave them alone for now. Leave them alone. But Wednesday morning, Shasky, the punch heard around the world. Draymond Green punching Jordan Poole. We heard from Bob Myers yesterday, president of basketball operations and GM of the Golden State Warriors. We heard from head coach Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors. And we heard from Stephen Curry. And we're going to start somewhere with one of the three. But what's your overall takeaway from what you heard yesterday down at Chase Center? And good morning, Shasky. Good morning, London. Good morning, Spinotti.
I watched the entire Bob Myers interview. I was listening to Steiny and Goo, and JD was filling in, and they were, I guess, simulcasting or whatever, playing the entire Bob Myers thing. And I was just sitting in my car, and I was just thinking, and I don't know who sent it to the group chat first. It might have been you, B, talking about damage control.
Mm-hmm. Bob Myers has a master's in damage control. He's really good.
But I think where it starts with, for me, and I don't expect every person to not be filled with cliches and to be a robot. My number one takeaway is that in sports, in society, in any walk of life, in relationships, people want someone who cares and is authentic and is true to themselves. And when I listen to Bob Myers, they're gonna figure it out. That's what I always feel like. And I feel when he's there, it's like somehow, some way, this guy's gonna strike the right chord, and he's gonna understand that there's a human element to all of this stuff, and somehow, some way, they're gonna figure this out. And I don't know where they go. They could easily, it could be a nightmare this year, and everything blows up, and then they don't even make the playoffs. I mean, all these things can happen.
The Warriors are making the playoffs.
I'm just saying, in pro sports, things happen.
The Warriors are making the playoffs, Sasky. Don't matter how Draymond Green and Jordan Poole can fight every day in practice. They're making the NBA playoffs.
It could be a litany of injuries. You can never predict those things. But what I'm saying is that they got the right guy at the top of the food chain when it comes to Lakeup, and then obviously Bob Myers. And Bob just understands how to diffuse everything. I mean, he's like MacGyver up there. Right away he's diffusing the entire incident. And basically not scoffs at, but it's like, hey, look, I don't notice the whole money element that everyone's referencing. And then people talking about Jordan Poole and his attitude. Kerr, Myers, and Steph Curry, all three were in unison, basically saying, no, that is not true.
Not even close to being true. And what I said yesterday, right?
You were saying it from the beginning.
Everybody's been saying it who's around the basketball team.
Absolutely.
We're going to have Tim Roy on today. And look, we can't go deeper into Tim Roy. He's a team employee. He's probably going to say a lot of the same things Kerr and Myers said, but he's been around Jordan Poole throughout his career. He was out in Tokyo, Japan. I'm eager to hear what Tim Roy has to say about Jordan Poole and this erroneous tweet about him having an attitude and being a changed person. That was nasty work. That was borderline. Well, it was on the lines of what was going on with Trey Lance those first couple of weeks of the season.
Well, I think that's one thing that I want to do a better job of, you and me, for the audience's sake. We're so deep in the weeds. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. We're on here. We're on there, and we're seeing everything, and we're basically consuming all of the content from all the different areas, and we're very discerning because we understand when one person puts something out there into the ethos, sometimes there's a reason that they put it out there. Sometimes they're being fed information. Somebody is benefiting from that, and I'm sure there is a big segment of the fan base that understands that, but maybe a lot that don't, or they're naive to the fact. And I think that the discerning fan should start to realize, and one thing I want to make sure that I make clear, it feels like to me yesterday was the Warriors saying, no, whatever you saw on the internet, whatever you read in an article or in a tweet, this is what really is the real about our team and our player and our guy Jordan Poole.
Let's start with Stephen Curry. On Chris Haynes' tweet from Yahoo Sports, where Chris Haynes said, hey, this has been festering for a while. And some of the veterans believe that Jordan Poole came in with a different attitude because he's got a payday coming up. Here's what Steph Curry said about that.
Yeah, there's a specific tweet that was put out yesterday about insinuating that JP's attitude or something has changed since he's been in this training camp or even, whatever time window they're talking about. It's absolute BS. Andre addressed it yesterday with his tweet, and you kind of leave it at that. JP's been great. There's nothing that warranted the situation yesterday, and make that clear. But it's also something that we feel like will not derail our season and what we're trying to build, and that's with Draymond, and as a part of that. So the rest of it, part when speculation becomes opinion and turns into borderline fact of like what actually happened. So I hate that became kind of part of the narrative, which it's not fair to JP.
Not fair to JP. That's not part of the narrative. JP's been working his ass off. He's been busting his butt, coming in early, leaving late, getting his shots up, and first step to debunk that right away. And Steve Kerr did the same thing. He went out of his way to say, hey, look, I know there's reports out there. That's not true.
Well, you're
That's
attacking
not what's happening.
His integrity and his character. That's not fair for a 23-year-old. Do you think that is?
Oh, well, we saw it with Trey Lance.
I know. It's ridiculous.
We saw it with Trey Lance in the way that became big-time coverage and who he was, and we started psychoanalyzing him and looking at his IQ or whatnot. Oh, is he mentally weak? Is he mentally strong? Like, why do we do this? We go straight there to the extreme, and there's a certain protection, and I get it. Here's the problem with this whole situation, or here's the dilemma. A lot of people are Draymond Green fans, and we're all Draymond Green fans.
Yeah.
He's a Golden State Warriors, one of the greatest Warriors of all time.
Of course.
Top 10 Golden State Warrior of all time.
Yeah,
hands down.
That's
4 championships.
No one's disputing that.
Plenty of awards, and certain people see that, and they're just like, he can do no wrong. For certain people,
I understand
he can do no wrong.
Yeah, I understand.
But at some point, you got to cross the line. At some point, you got to say, you know what? That's not leadership.
Agreed.
That's not leadership. And then we're going to play another sound that actually, it bugs me a little bit from what I heard. And we'll get to
one more before you move on, because I do want to talk about the Steph Curry thing for a second. My God, it's 2022. Who was on that Zoom that didn't mute it?
Oh, well, I don't know.
I mean, it's horrible. Am I the only one that picked up on that? Spinelli's laughing in the background. It's like,
everybody picked up on it.
I mean,
It's just
come on,
like, but
people.
you just got to put blinders on. Got to focus.
It sounded like you're in an airport. Secondarily, Steph Curry. I can't remember, and maybe I'm wrong, but you would maybe remember more, and you've been in that locker room so much over the last 10 years. So you tell me, like, we always talk about player empowerment in terms of, like, shaping the roster. It feels like now, and Curry's always had power, and no one's saying that he doesn't have power. He's clearly got input. But the fact that they used him yesterday, and I think he used himself yesterday as a straight spokesman for the entire organization. I was proud of Steph yesterday. To see him stand up there, and he had nothing to do with that whole thing. But what true leadership is when there are times of adversity, be the calming presence.
Yep.
Right? And try to quell the waters.
Right. He did.
I just, seeing Steph up there, it's a totally more mature version of him, and I'm just so impressed with Steph.
Well, here's what Steve Kerr had to say about Steph and him being a leader and him growing into a leader.
This is Steph's team now. He's always sort of shared in the responsibility of everything with a whole bunch of veteran players, including veteran reserves. We've had really important leaders on this team in guys like David West and Zaza, Sean Livingston, Andre. It's always been sort of a group effort, but Steph is at the point in his career now, and we have a team that is so young. Clearly, Steph is, has just blossomed into this amazing leader.
So when Steve Kerr says this team is so young, people are going to realize that if you take away the core, right? Steph, Dre, Clay, Andre Iguodala, they're the second youngest team in the league. Second youngest team in the league if you take away the old Wiley veterans. It's a lot of youngsters on here. Yeah. But Steve Kerr put it out there saying, this is Steph's team. So all this stuff about who's the heartbeat, who can win, but we always talk about leadership with the Golden State Warriors. It's Steph's team. But this is what I love about Steve Kerr. He went out of his way to set the record straight about Jordan Poole.
Jordan has been fantastic throughout camp. There was a report that I was made aware of last night. Someone put out there that Jordan had an attitude in camp. Nothing could be further from the truth. He's been fantastic. So disappointing to see misinformation out there, but I wanted to make sure I set the record straight on that. Everything else we will handle internally, and we'll go from there.
So that's a big thing, too. So he sets the record straight about Jordan Poole, which is all good. I don't know what people were looking into that. And I was just like, wait a minute, I just saw Jordan Poole. He's the same guy I met from day one at his rookie introductory press conference. I'm around that team a little bit. I'm around them. I'm just saying. I cover them. I've been covering them since 2014-15. Jordan Poole been covering his whole career. I didn't see any change. I didn't hear about any change. From who I talked to, I didn't hear about it. So I just thought, I was like, man, where's this coming from?
You know what it is? And I've been thinking about this long and hard. And I think it's a lot of on our industry. A lot of people can't relate to a younger demographic.
Yeah, well, older white guys can't relate. I'm not going to.
No, it's the fact.
I know what you're saying.
I know what I'm saying. I think a lot of people just don't understand. They're not in those environments. They're not around those kinds of people.
Right.
And I think also you cannot ignore the fact that I think there are a lot of people that project their own insecurities within their own life or their own profession, and they go, that hot shot, he doesn't deserve it. He needs to be humbled. And it's like, hey, dude, take a deep breath.
Right.
It's called professional sports. If you don't have utmost confidence and arrogance,
swagger,
you're never going to survive.
We talk to Jerry Rice all the time. Telling me Jerry Rice had to have his towel a certain way, had to wear his socks a certain way.
I read the QB book twice and listened to the audiobook. You know what Steve Young said? Every single pass play in the history of him as quarterback for the Niners, Rice came back, whether the ball came to him or not, and said, Steve, I was open.
I was open.
Every single play. Every single play. So anyway, the point being is that, and I understand there's a line and there's levels to it, and I get all that. But the fact that people are taking shots at the kid, it's really unfair. I think it's really unfair.
I like to look at his history, right? I look at his history, prep school, right? He goes to La Lumiere, one of the big-time prep schools in the state of Indiana. He's playing with Jaren Jackson Jr., basically a prep school, right? Got to have swagger, got to have a little arrogance, got to have some moxie to play on a basketball team like that at the high school level. Then you go to Michigan. He starts. I don't think he started one game as a freshman, maybe one, but didn't start a single game as a freshman. Stacked team, player for John Beilein. We talked to John Beilein last season. Excuse me. He was a little long-winded. He blew through the break.
He was okay.
You know what? He was great on how he spoke about Jordan Poole, right? And then you get to where he gets to now. Kids working out, kids using the cue card, kids going there during the pandemic. I see the way he interacts with Bully. I see the way he interacts with former players. I'm thinking to myself, man, where is this coming from? Did Jordan Poole really change? Did I see him at Media Day? I showed you guys a video, Jordan Poole and I, what we did. And it was the same dude. We're talking about his European trip, everything. Like, guys, you said the perfect word yesterday to describe him. Eccentric.
B, I know a lot of kids that are like that, that are different. And I think a lot of people, when we see someone who acts different than others, we immediately jump to this conclusion something's wrong with them.
Right.
And what's funny to me is that we have all this like mental awareness now. We're more cognizant of all these
Right.
different facets of life, yet we're still super ignorant to that guy's a little different or that girl's a little different. Let's ostracize them. What's wrong with them? Why aren't they falling in line and
Right.
being like everyone else?
Right.
It's like, again, I see a lot of people projecting their own insecurities on others because it doesn't fit the format they're accustomed to.
I saw a lot of pecking order stuff yesterday
Oh,
online.
pecking order.
And I can relate it to this business, Sports Talk Radio. You and I, the way we've gotten to this morning show,
Oh, we jumped the line.
you skipped the line.
Yeah, that's
There's
what
a
I was
pecking
told.
order. Yeah, I was told that too
Yeah.
when I first came over here to 95.7 The Game. And I always go back to Al Davis.
Yeah.
And Al Davis said this, and I don't know if the analogy fits, but, we hear this in football all the time. Take what the defense gives you. Take what the defense gives you. They're giving you 5 yards. Go ahead and take the 5
Yeah.
yards. And Al Davis, back in the early 80s,
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite quotes of all time. That's why I love Al Davis.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. He said, they always say, take what the defense gives you. Take what the defense gives you. Hell with that. We're going to take what we want.
I love that.
We want to take what we want. So, Jordan Poole, he's going out there taking minutes. He wants to play, and he deserves those minutes. Now, he's inconsistent at times, just like Draymond Green was inconsistent in the postseason. Same thing. But here in Sports Talk Radio, you guys jumped the line. Hey, man, we think we're good. Buster Posey, imagine Buster Posey. Hey, you know what? Benji Molina's right here. We're going to have to wait because Benji Molina is a veteran.
Such a great
You know
point.
what I'm saying?
It's such a great point.
Hey,
And
you're just going to have to wait.
Benji was a Willie Mack Award winner.
Exactly.
People forget that. He was one of the most popular Giants at the time when they brought Buster Posey up. And hey, you know what? Keep me in the minors. I'm not ready.
Right. Yeah, I'm not ready. You know what? Let Benji have his time. Tim Lincecum,
That's
Barry
so
Zito.
funny. It's such a good point.
Barry Zito's the ace. He's a veteran. You should give him the
There's
ball
a
on
pecking
opening
order.
day. Yeah, there's a pecking order. Timmy,
Pecking
you're going to
order.
pitch fourth. All right? Come on. Get out of here with this pecking order stuff. So anyway.
It's professional sports.
it's
And in
professional
any
sports.
profession, this is the way I live my life. I want the best of the best of the best. I don't
Right.
care who you are, how old you are, how long you've been
How you
in it.
got there.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the analogy about the old doctor and the young doctor? And
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
even know if this holds true, but it's what I've heard over the years. You want the young doctor because they're all spunky and they're going to find
Right.
the one thing that maybe they haven't seen before in their career and they're super enthusiastic. Whereas the old doctor, I've been there, seen that.
Right.
And they kind of overlook certain things. I don't even know if that's true. But when someone told me, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Give me the hungry one.
By the way, Bob Myers' opening statement, Draymond Green apologized to the team, then went home. He did not practice. Jordan Poole did practice, but Bob Myers, president of basketball operations, was asked what was next in this situation. What's next for Draymond?
The very, very first thing is everybody okay? And as reported, Jordan did finish practice, which is a really good sign. And he didn't do it in, he did it like he normally would. So after that, just got to heal. That's really up to the players and their leadership. And I think we're good in that area. We'll get there. But yesterday was something we don't, you wish doesn't happen, but sometimes it does.
And then he also talked about that Draymond Green has crossed the line before, but obviously Bob, Curry looked visibly frustrated about defending Draymond Green yesterday. Here's what Myers had to say about Draymond crossing lines before.
He'll tell you he's been over that line, you know it, but he always comes back. He's a unique guy. I mean, without him, we don't win. And I want to win. Our ownership wants to win. Our players want to win. Our players want him on the team. And if you play, that's the most important thing. Nobody's saying we don't want him around. We don't want him on the team. They know what he does. They know what he needs. But yesterday wasn't a good moment. It's bottom line. It wasn't. There's people in life that make mistakes and don't apologize or don't earn your trust back. He always does that. I don't think he likes putting himself in these spots. He's in one, and I think he'll find a way to earn the respect of his teammates and Jordan back, but that's the work he has to do.
And Bob Myers later on mentioned, too, that, this was not good. He was not happy about Draymond Green pulling this act. It should not have come to blows.
Well, one thing that I've learned as I get older, whether we're talking about addiction, whether we're talking about,
Right.
individual issues or fights amongst two people, whether they're family members, spouses, whatever, we think that, I'm the one with the problem. It only affects me. Mm-hmm. I heard the analogy that, when you're the bad egg, it's like dropping a rock into a lake and you see the ripple effect, and it touches the entire, on the entire lake as a whole. And I think a lot of people that are troubled in whatever, or they get into a fight or what, they don't see the ripple effect of what it causes. Yes, it's Jordan Poole and Draymond Green. Think of how many other people now are going to have to be, involved in this. If you and I got in a fight today at work, right? You've got Spadoni and Lubman, and they're going to talk about it, and they're going to talk to the guys that are coming in for the middays.
Oh, it's a trickle-down effect.
It's
a trickle-down effect.
And I think the way that they're all addressing it, to me, they're so cognizant of it, and they've been here before with Draymond.
Right.
And I get back to the same thing. Boy, at some point, when all you do is apologize, when does that fall on deaf ears?
Well, there's a lot here. And you're absolutely right about that. We're going to get into it. Coach and Vallejo will get to you on the other side. Niners, Panthers, we'll get into that at some point today. Also, Russell Wilson. Oh, Russell Wilson. Yikes. That was nasty.
You want to talk about inauthentic as we contrast authentic Bob Myers to inauthentic Russell Wilson.
KJ Hamler's response to that 4th and 1 play, throwing his helmet.
Yeah, you have to explain it. I didn't watch it at all.
Oh, you didn't watch it at all?
Nope.
Oh, my gosh.
I was doing a banquet.
Oh, wow. Look at you. Oh, yeah. How did it go?
We'll explain on the other side.
Yeah, all right. We'll do that as well. That's brought to you by Fremont Bake, full-service baking, no compromises.
Mr. Crick with BetQL. You want to beat the books? Auburn takes on Georgia in a marquee matchup for Week 6 of the college football season. And while Auburn has been a disappointment, it's easy to overlook the fact that Georgia is one of only 2 teams in all of college football to have gone under in the total in all 5 games this year. Since both Auburn and Georgia have trouble scoring, that 49.5 total is looking like Mount Everest. Hammer that under. I'm Trista Crick, helping you beat the books.
Kirby! It's your driveway mechanic, and they bring the shop to you. Did you hear the Makita in the background? Because they do brakes and tire replacements, oil changes, and so much more. And they've just added a Kirby's eco-friendly wash. I used it, and it barely uses any water, and it made my car look brand new. They use all biodegradable products that provide the ultimate shine and protection to both the interior and exterior of your car. And if you live in San Francisco, just the dew and all that stuff, it makes the soot all over your car. But mine still looks good 5 days later, all in the ease of my driveway. The ultimate convenience, easy booking, transparent pricing, on-time arrival service in my driveway or yours. No waiting rooms, no coordinating rides, direct access to your mechanic. Friendly and reliable service, no middlemen, no upsell. So here's the deal. You're going to get $50 off your first oil change. Use this code, OIL50. That's OIL50. Check out Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com or call 1-866-KIRBY-1. And we're giving out $200 gift cards. That's enough for an oil change and an eco-friendly wash. 730 people. Our friends over at Kirby just won the Motor Top 20 Award for Innovation. Kirby!
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security. Together for just $69.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or find out how to get up to a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. New 50 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Requires enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary, not an endorsement.
As you know, sports teams plan well ahead of the next season. If you're thinking of remodeling your home, consider the same strategy. Talk with your designer or builder now about your next project. Golden State Window and Door has new inventory coming online. Milgard, Anderson, and Marvin. See Golden State Window and Door's wide variety of accessories at convenient showrooms across the Bay Area or goldenstatelumber.com. Since 1954. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
The new Google Pixel 7 Pro is super, especially when it's on Verizon, the network America relies on. It's supercharged, super powered, and a super...
deal.
You know it. Now, switch to Verizon and get the Google Pixel 7 Pro on us with select trade-ins and select 5G unlimited plans.
That really is super.
Yep, there's never been a better time to switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with ported. Less $700 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
She posted about us just now.
Celebrities can't get enough of Bianna's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the hype.
We should repost this. Do we need a hashtag?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Listen to Bonte and Shasky each day this week around 7:30 for your chance to win a $200 gift card to Kirby. Kirby is your driveway mechanic. Brakes, oil changes, car washes, and more. Get all the info on our contest page at 957thegame.com.
Watch Niners Panthers on Sunday.
Hufanga, touchdown San Francisco. Pick six.
And listen to 95.7 The Game on Monday.
Through the first month, I can't say one negative thing about the defense right now.
This defense been
not
playing
one negative thing.
This defense has been playing at a high level. They are ready to roll.
The only place to be after each 49ers game.
Oh yeah.
95.7 The Game.
But sometimes a game can be, at least to this point, so bad, it's almost good. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
I'm sorry, man. I'm a little fired up at the Jordan Poole situation.
Oh, I thought it was my dad's favorite rap song.
No, I forgot it was his favorite. That's great. What's up, Papa Shasky? Good morning to you. We'll get to Coach Vallejo just a second. Give me 1 second, Coach. This whole thing, we're just talking during the break. And just some of the takes about Jordan Poole.
The sideshow?
You know, the sideshow. Hey, by the way, we need to play that beat at Richie Rich.
Yeah. 415, the sideshow. Yeah, that's going to be our intro. I think Duke's going to do the intro.
Yeah, Duke. We need Duke to do the intro. This whole thing that I'm seeing over the internet from old white guys, and this is where I was going to go to.
Okay.
Old white guys talking about, Draymond Green is just a winner. And some people need to be punched in the mouth. Some people need to be hit.
So ridiculous.
If a guy's walking in being cocky, slug him in the face. Well, Shasky, we kind of walk in here with a pep in our step. We walk in here with a pep in our step. I see people walking there into their professional with a pep in the step. You're gonna just sock the young player because I don't like the way he's walking. I don't like his attitude.
Resort to violence.
We're gonna resort to violence.
But if a young guy did that, everyone would be like,
get this young guy out of here. How do you do a veteran like that?
Yeah.
So this whole take about Jordan Poole needs to be socked in the face. Take a hike.
It's just
put the brick. Come on, dude.
You're
That's
projecting
tired.
your own insecurities.
It's tired. That's such a bad take.
It's just and the other one that I find really funny is in football, guys fight all the time. Football is so different from basketball. Right. Basketball, you got 12 guys that are tightly packed together at all times. Everyone's got to get along. That's why there's so much drama in the NBA. It's like a soap opera, The NFL, guys are coming and going. Literally every play is life and death in the NFL. It could be your last snap at any time. So you can't compare and contrast. Just like I can't compare the job I've got right now to being a major league pitcher or being an electrician or being a doctor or being a lawyer. Everyone's got their hazards or their standards for their particular profession. And are there some metaphorical things that we can compare and contrast? Of course there are. But for the most part, there's idiosyncrasies of the profession that you just can't compare to other industries.
I want to clarify something. It's not every old white guy. It's a segment from the takes I've seen, and it's not everybody. There's a lot of white guys who disagree with Draymond Green. There's a lot of black guys who agree with Draymond Green. There's a lot of black guys who think Jordan Poole should be slugged. So I don't want to just put old white guys in a box. That's not fair of me. But most of the takes I've seen online are from older white guys.
Well, and this is what I would say is that, the greatest leaders that I can think of in Bay Area sports history, if we were just ranking them, great leaders, right, B?
Right.
Okay. Ronnie Lott, is he a great leader?
Great leader.
Okay. Did he fight anybody?
Nope.
All right. Great leader, right?
Great leader.
One of the toughest
great leader.
sons of guns we've ever seen.
Great leader.
Okay. Is Buster Posey a great leader?
Great leader.
Okay. Did he ever fight anyone?
Nope.
All right. What about Joe Montana?
Didn't fight anybody.
Ever.
Didn't fight anybody.
Right?
Steve Young didn't fight anybody.
How about Steph Curry? Steph Curry, great leader?
No, awesome leader.
Okay.
One of the best in pro sports history.
I'm just using those guys as examples. I'm sure people could come up with 100 million others. And we do this thing with Draymond. And look, does he show forms of leadership? Of course he does. Has there been times where he's been one of the leaders of the team? Absolutely. I'm not here to dismiss that. But true forms of leadership, you don't have to be the I'm in your face guy at every single turn.
Yep.
That's the way I look at it. And the truly transcendent great leaders over time, are there Kobes?
Right.
Of course there are. Kobe would get in a guy's face. Are there Michael Jordans? Of course there are. But there's other ways to lead. And I look at the way Steph Curry leads, and I'm not saying his is better than the others or whatever. I prefer that method. I prefer the Buster Posey method, the Joe Montana method.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah, Tim Duncan. Don't just tell me, show me how to act like a mature leader and a wise one.
Right.
That's the way I like it.
Well said there. Let's go to Coach Invaleo. Coach, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning, Coach.
Boy, Bonte. I want to point out a couple of things because I was watching it. First of all, rightly or wrongly, Draymond felt there was a reason to punch Jordan Poole. I mean, he sought him out and punched Jordan Poole, so that's a given. Now, it could be for the wrong reason, but the angle that I want you guys to take a look at is that it does not have to be basketball related. It could very well be personal, okay? It could very well be something that happened off the court. It could be very well something that happens in a social setting.
Yeah.
That's
a really good point.
What it is, but these guys, they club together. They do, things outside. And Steve Kerr, Bob Myers, they wouldn't know anything about these guys' social life and personal life. Now, I'm an older guy. Now, for a man to walk up and punch someone else in the face, to me, that sounds like it was a personal issue. It doesn't sound like it was a sports-related issue to me. I don't know. I'm just throwing that other angle out there.
No, it's a good point.
Something for you guys to consider.
No, Coach, I think that's sometimes the wise old men are wise for a reason. That's a really good point. How many times do we see, in entertainment, like a band, something happens on the road and it bleeds over into how they interact and creating an album or doing a live show?
I was talking to Matt Nahegan yesterday, our program director, and he was talking about a group of buddies that he has. And I don't know if I'm supposed to share it, but I'm doing it anyway.
Okay.
Said, a couple of his buddies had a fight on a trip. And he said 8 years later, those two guys is just not the same.
Yeah.
It hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
Once you cross that line of physical altercation, of physical combat, you're just not the same.
Well, it's awkward for everyone else in that group. Yeah.
So I wonder moving forward, how will the other youngsters look at Draymond Green? How will his leadership, will it resonate with Wiseman? Will it resonate with Kuminga? Will it resonate with Moody? Will it resonate with Andrew Wiggins, who is really good friends with Jordan Poole? They hang out a lot. You see them in Japan.
Didn't know that.
Oh, dude, they're always chopping it up. They're always. Remember the classic video at Game 6 at TD Garden in Boston? The classic video that went viral, and it was hilarious. But Poole and Wiggins, they got a type of relationship where he's like, "You're going to get it back." "No, you're going to get it back." And then they look around and go, "We going to get it back." Those two dudes are inseparable at times, man. So,
and to Coach's point, I mean, and someone is literally texting in what I was thinking. Think about one of the biggest incidents in NBA history off the court. Gilbert Arenas getting in a fight over poker, on a team flight. Had nothing to do with basketball. And him, and who was it? Was it Crittenden? Who was the other?
Javaris Crittenden, who's in jail for life right now because he got into some stuff in Atlanta. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I didn't mean to make
but they shot. They shot I think it was an elderly woman, man. It was bad. Javaris he's
but remember,
in jail for a long time.
That all stemmed from gambling.
Right.
You know what I mean? That had nothing to do with basketball. So, again, we have no idea. But what I do think, it bleeds onto the court. And to say that it doesn't, I think it's foolish.
Yep, no doubt.
If that's where it happened.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll get more into this. Plus, again, we'll talk some Niners at some point. Brad Graham's still coming out, right? 8:30? We still got Brad Graham, SF Niners? Let's go, baby. We got some Niners content for you. Got some Russell Wilson content. I do want to get into that coming up next. Just spitball just for a second off Russell Wilson and different Broncos. Their fans leaving right before overtime. But do not forget Alice in Winterland. Alice at 97.3 is celebrating the return of Alice in Winterland. It's all happening Friday, December 2nd at the SAP Center in San Jose. And the main headliner, John Mayer, baby. You want to go for that one. That is not snitching music. Yep, that's not snitching music. Tickets on sale today, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster. What's coming up?
We got breaking news. A video was just leaked. We'll get to it on the other side.
Oh, wow. All right, breaking news. Sponsored by Fremont Bank. Full service banking, no compromises.
95.7 The Game has the best red and gold pre-game coverage.
I felt like Shanahan kind of made it a referendum on toughness the way they came out.
Check out the Kickoff Show with Larry Krueger and Lorenzo Neal.
You guys got to keep my ass clean before I can go make tackles. You keep me clean.
Presented by Jim Beam Bourbon Whiskey and by Harris Ranch Beef.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you might be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to getrefunds.com/sports, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to getrefunds.com/sports. That's getrefunds.com/sports.
There's a reason Comcast Business powers more businesses than any other provider. Actually, there's a few. Comcast Business offers the fastest, reliable network, the peace of mind that comes with Security Edge, helping to protect all your connected devices, and the most reliable 5G mobile network. Want me to keep going? I can. Whether your small business is starting or growing, you need Comcast Business. Technology solutions that put you ahead and give you serious savings. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security. Together for just $69.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Or find out how to get up to a $650 prepaid card with a qualifying bundle. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. New 50 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Requires enrollment in EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Comcast Business Mobile utilizes the network with the most RootMetrics 5G data reliability wins in 1H 2022. Results may vary, not an endorsement.
Hi, this is George with Left Coast Buyers. We buy properties all over California. If you own a house or an apartment building and want to sell it fast at a great price, call us at 925-434-5000. We can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. We buy properties in any condition, any price range, and can help you in any situation. Do you own a property that is run down and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Are you out of time, money, and energy? Let us help. Are you looking for an easy way to get top dollar for your property and sell on your terms and timeline? Well, call Left Coast Buyers now now at 925-434-5000. We can solve any problem. We buy divorce houses, inherited houses. We even buy vacant houses and abandoned houses. Do you have a tenant who hasn't paid rent? Are you behind on property taxes, mortgage payments, or even facing a foreclosure? Even if you're just nervous about capital gains or an upcoming recession, we've seen it all. So if you or someone you know owns a property and needs to sell, call Left Coast Buyers at 925-434-5000. That's 925-434-5000.
Now it's time for the closer of the week. Presented by LiftMaster and RNS Doors. Turn your garage into the envy of the neighborhood. Visit rnsdoors.com.
The closer of the week is Deebo Samuel, who climbed high in the sky, brought it down, and took one to the house.
One-on-one with Ramsey. Can't bring him down. Samuel, highlight reel, touchdown.
Recently, my garage door opener was not working. I was in need of a closer. I was put in touch with RNS Doors, and they hooked me up with a brand new garage door opener from LiftMaster. With LiftMaster's MyQ connectivity, my garage door opener can be controlled right from my smartphone. You'll know when a door or gate has been left open and can close it with a tap, no matter where I am. Be one of the first 10 callers and receive 20% off a LiftMaster garage door opener when you purchase a premium garage door.
Call 1-800-FIX-A-DOOR. That's 800-FIX-A-DOOR. Or visit rsdoors.com. R&S Doors. Look for the red truck.
When people have a craving to explore new and traditional Asian cuisines, they head to P.F. Chang's, where scratch-made dishes come from the 2,000-year-old tradition of wok cooking. P.F. Chang's wanted to explore new possibilities for their website. They turned to AmericanEagle.com. AmericanEagle.com re-architected P.F. Chang's website, integrating multiple third-party systems to create a unified digital experience. The results? Improved page speed and performance, personalized content based on users' location, intuitive online ordering, an increase in organic search visibility, and a 40% increase in new users. For scratch-made Asian cuisine, visit your local P.F. Chang's or go to pfchangs.com for website design, development, digital marketing, and hosting that produce efficiency, revenue, and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. P.F. Chang's and AmericanEagle.com. Another example of the best businesses in the world, turning to the best in the business for websites. Go to AmericanEagle.com or call 877-WEB-NOW1. That's 877-WEB-NOW1.
Charging a cell phone can be like getting a booster shot. A booster is given to enhance or restore protection after a primary series vaccination, which wanes over time. Schedule an appointment when you are eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky. 95.7 The Game breaking news. Presented by BetQL. Smarter bets start with BetQL. Download the BetQL app or visit BetQL.com today.
All right, folks, bear with us here. We're going to try to explain this as best as possible. TMZ just released a video of Draymond Green hitting Jordan Poole in the face. And you know what? There may not be much Niners content on the show today. The video has been released by TMZ at practice. Draymond Green to Jordan Poole saying some words. Draymond Green walks over to Jordan Poole. They have some words. We can't hear the audio. We can just see it. Poole shoves Draymond, and Draymond slugs Jordan Poole, nearly knocking him out. And thank the heavens, Jordan Poole did not get hurt. TMZ, it's on our Morning Roast page, at Morning Roast 957. This does not look good. This does not look good. I have so many thoughts. Who leaked the video?
No clue.
I mean, like, how did TMZ get this video of practice footage of Draymond Green hitting Jordan Poole? This official. It's there. It's on TMZ. So, boy, 888-957-9570. What's your thoughts now about the situation? What are your thoughts now about the situation? It looks bad, Shasky.
It looks horrible. It looks horrible. I mean, the way he swung, I mean, any swing that you swing, you're trying to hurt somebody. I mean, that looks like a lot of anger behind that punch, right?
A lot of anger.
I mean, it's just, I feel so bad for Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole's standing on the baseline. There's a stop in the action. Draymond kind of wanders over because there was some talking, and he basically knocked Jordan Poole out. And players come running over, knocked him down.
And it looks like he lunges toward him. I don't know if he's on top of him or if he's huddled over him. And it looks like, to me, it looks like coaches. It doesn't look like players. Kuminga's standing alongside. He doesn't really move. And it looks like all the personnel are trying to, like, break them up. I mean, But Draymond and him look like they're jarring. We can't see, or at least talking back and forth. We can't hear the audio. And Draymond walks over to him on the baseline and puts his chest right up into his chest. At that point, they're talking. Jordan pushes him off him because he's too close to him or whatever. At least I'm inferring here. And then Draymond cocks back and leans forward and hits him square. It looks like to me right in the jaw.
It looks like right in the jaw. Right in the jaw.
I mean, it's pretty violent.
I've got a couple texts here saying that looks like Rudy Tomjanovich getting knocked out back in the 70s. Was it Kermit Washington who knocked out Rudy T?
Yeah. I don't.
And look, Jordan Poole, I get it. He pushed him. Jordan Poole pushed him.
Yeah,
we see players in the NBA push each other all the time. It's your teammate. It's your little brother.
Well, and
does it warrant a punch? How can you defend that?
I mean, I know for me, I can't.
No wonder Bob and Curry look so pissed.
This is serious.
This is serious.
And when the video comes out, it always looks more graphic. Can we all agree, like, saying someone physically struck them, you envision what it could be, then when you see the video's worth a million words right there. I know how I operate. When someone gets that close to me and they're all up in my physical space, I do the push off.
You do the push off.
Yes.
Hey, you don't need to be in my face.
Get out of my space. That's the way I operate.
Right.
I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just telling you how I operate. When you lunge forward and swing like that, wow. I don't know how this is going to resonate with the fans, B. Like this is pretty bad.
Know. This is bad.
Are we overstating this?
888-957-9570.
I'm like shocked.
When you watch the video, Roasters, and the rest of our 95.7 Game audience, and you see the video, you let us know how you feel about the video and how you feel about the situation now.
How does this get out?
Well, that's an entirely different story.
I mean,
so somebody got chipped out. Somebody got chipped out, and the fact that it got out, somebody either is going to get fired. How is it possible the footage gets leaked out to TMZ?
In my mind, there was a scuffle and maybe a slap or an over three bodies kind of swing or something. You see that sometimes in fights, a kerfuffle. When I saw that and him coming in, I mean, the push by Jordan Poole, who knows what he was said? We cannot even begin to believe, what was said. But then to lean forward and hit him like that was intent to really hurt someone.
Wow.
That's bad. If I would have done that to my brother, for example.
Wow.
I mean, that's I don't know if there's coming back from that. If somebody swung on you like that. It's hard for me to come back from that.
There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from that.
That's trying to hurt someone really bad.
There's no coming back from that.
I'm not going to say the kill word, but
Draymond's going to be away from the team until Saturday. Until Saturday. He'll be with the team on Saturday. He's going to speak. And now things have ramped up on what the questions will be.
Does the league get involved? Because the team can discipline him. What does the league do?
The conversation yesterday, we were saying, what should you do for discipline? And the Warriors were going to handle it internally. They're going to handle it in-house. Which meant that he probably was going to be around for ring night. I don't even know.
I don't even know how you could do this.
I don't know what you could do.
Look, the Ray Rice thing had layers to it when the Ray Rice video came out. I'm as shocked about the swing, about how he cocked back and leaned forward and hit him like that. Wow.
I don't know how you fix this.
I don't think Jordan saw that coming, too. I think he pushed him off and thinking, back up off me, and then boom.
I don't know how you fix this. So,
boy.
At TMZ, we've posted it on our Morning Roast page, at Morning Roast 957. The Game, 95.7 The Game will have it. Charlie Water, he had the video out. A lot of people are chiming in on it. The timeline's like a slot machine. Everybody's up watching this video. I'm getting numerous texts about the video. It doesn't look good. Let's go out to the call.
And watch the video and let us know.
Watch the video, let us know.
Does Dre got to go?
I'm not trying to overhype it. This does not look good, and I just don't know how you come back from something like this.
I don't know either.
At some point,
I don't know.
Enough is enough.
I don't know about this.
At some point, enough is enough.
I feel like he's played his last game. I don't know, but I don't know how you come back from this. This is pretty bad. I don't know how you defend it. I'd love to hear somebody try to defend this situation. You can't punch someone like that. That was intent to really injure.
Let's go to Jamba.
Wow.
Jamba on the Bay Bridge, listening on the radio.
Oh, my God.
He's seen the video. Jamba.
Wow.
What's happening? You're on the Morning Roast. What's your thoughts on the video?
Hey, good morning, guys. I was having a good morning until I just saw that video. It sickens me. You know, I had a fight with one of my friends when I was young, and I regret that to this day of my life. And when I saw that, I can't see Draymond as the Warriors anymore. That's how bad it looks. He came up to Jordan Poole's face, and Jordan Poole just pushed him off. Now, like you guys said, I have no idea what they talked about. But you do not walk up to somebody, get into their face, and not expect a pushback. And as you can see, Jordan Poole's not even looking at Draymond's way. And he lunges towards him and punches him and shoves him towards the wall. You know, it looks really bad. And I feel like now the league is going to get involved. And that, you know, it's going to start with a suspension. I have no idea. I feel like, you know, most of the fan base feels about the same now.
Well, again, Bob Myers said something yesterday. Thanks for the call. Bob Myers said something yesterday where he said, look, Draymond knows better. Draymond's better than this. The conversation he had with Draymond, Bob Myers was very, very somber. Bob Myers had the tone to him yesterday. He was like shook. That's the tone I got from Bob Myers. Like he was shook about the situation.
I'm shook after seeing the video.
And so we'll describe it in just a second. But Bob said yesterday during his presser at Chase Center, basically saying, you know what? Draymond knows better. He's better than this. A leader.
A co-worker.
A 4-time champ. A guy these guys look up to. This doesn't look good. I'm telling you right now, folks. We're going to describe it in just a second.
And B, in all of this, I don't know what Jordan Poole said. He also pushed him back. There's culpability on his angle as well. So to deny, you know, both sides of the equation, because it always takes two to tango. That's something that I've learned.
It's a two-way street.
I don't want to like Jordan Poole is no angel in this one. Who knows what preceded this as well?
We don't know the words that was said.
No doubt. And he touched him first, essentially, in terms of the push, the chest to chest, whatever, the push. But I don't think all of that. Again, not hearing the audio. I still don't think that warrants that kind of a punch.
Right.
That is bad.
That is bad. Let's go to Anthony and Benicia listening on the Odyssey app. My video's loading up, so I'll describe it in just a second. But Anthony, give us your thoughts listening via the Odyssey app. He's on the Morning Roast. What do you think about the video, Anthony?
So this morning I had already planned on calling y'all just because after everything that was said yesterday, because it seemed like people was trying to defend Draymond Green's actions without really knowing what happened. But to be honest, guys, after seeing the video, even Joe saying that, like, he pushed him, like, it's a natural thing to push somebody out of
get off me.
Face.
Yeah, get off me, back up.
Exactly. So, like, I know, I understand what you're saying, but to answer your question, Bonte, this is completely out of line. And I don't see how you come back from this because it's the way that he hit him. He was intending to hurt him. And
that's
I was talking to my wife before I came to work. And I said, listen, I fought my cousin one time, and I regret it, just like the last caller. But I also have a really good friend of mine from, like, preschool, and we was talking about the situation yesterday, and I looked him square in his eyes, and we both said, I don't know any reason why I would hit you, because if I hit you, we can never be friends no more. I don't see how you come back from this, and I'm not even putting the 10 on the 2. The video really does look bad. Jordan Poole was well in his right to push him off of him. Draymond should not hit him like that, man. And he's 9 years older than him. That's his big homie. That ain't.
Well,
that's not cool.
To your point, it's unbecoming of a guy who's been in the league for 10 years and is supposed to be a veteran and then a leader. It's unbecoming in behavior, and it's not just the punch. Then you continue to go after him, and it looks like I don't know.
I don't know what happened.
Does he knee him? Does he just put his arms around him? I don't know.
I got the video rolling right now.
Coming at him.
I had the video rolling right now. Jordan Poole's on the sideline. He's on the baseline. Green is kind of walking by the corner.
It looks like Poole is staring toward the other side.
Poole's looking at the basket, still kind of talking. Draymond's talking. And then Poole kind of is right there. Draymond's still wandering at the corner 3. And then finally Draymond looks at Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole's not looking at Draymond. Draymond's walking towards Jordan Poole talking, gets into his face, shoulder to shoulder. Poole pushes him off of him, waits a second, and Draymond just lunges. And I mean, damn. This right hand, I watch a lot of boxing. He was trying to one-hitter quitter. Oh, wow, we got Charlie Walter on coming up in just a second on how the video got leaked. Wow, Draymond Green hits him with the right hand, decks him. You got personnel rolling over. Kuminga's right there. And, like, Jordan Poole's kind of laughing. They go shoulder to shoulder. Poole, like, pushes him off of him. And he's standing next to the wall. And Draymond just, flush on the jaw, knocks him out. This doesn't look good.
There's so many layers to this. number one, how Jordan Poole's not hurt is one thing. Like, he took a square shot to the jaw and like got collapsed. And then number two, I don't know how you can come, like, psychologically, how you can be friends with that guy and be in the locker room, be in such close quarters. Seeing it, I'm like shocked.
The fact that Jordan Poole went to practice after that and finished up his workout and then practiced again is unreal. I don't know how I would, like, we've got to things here at the station, Chasky, you individually with other people I have. It took me a long time to come back from some of the things that was said to me. Took me a long time psychologically to be like, I got to work with this guy. I got to look at this guy it took a long time. You get to a point where you do it, but like a punch like that?
That's the thing. A punch like that. A punch like that.
I'm not just overhyped.
There's a lot in that punch. The emotion, the anger, the fury to go at someone like that. You really hate that person you're trying to swing on. I
don't know, man. I love Draymond Green.
I lost a lot of respect for Dre.
This is not good.
No,
I don't like that, man.
I'm not trying to predict anything. I'm just saying I know me. I'm gonna have a hard time looking at him the same.
So Kirby giveaway at 7:30. We'll give away a Kirby gift card, $200. That's happening at 7:30. Tim Roy, 8 o'clock. I think that's still going on. Tim Roy, 8 o'clock.
Boy.
The voice of the Golden State Warriors. Boy. Brad Graham, SF Niners. I'm not sure how much Niners we're going to talk today on the Football Friday.
We're going to have to push. We'll reach out to Brad.
I just don't know how much.
Tuesday or Monday.
I just don't know how much Niners we're going to have to talk. We're going to be able to talk. How much are we going to break it down? This is huge. As you are listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM in HD1 San Francisco, always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget that you can also watch us every single day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on and search 95.7 The Game. Let's go to Tamir, our main man listening on the Odyssey app, Tamir in Oakland, what's happening? You're on the roast.
What's up, guys? Well, after seeing the video, like, I was already against fighting because I played sports and I coach them. You don't fight your teammates, but after seeing the video, just like me growing up in Oakland and being around guys and growing up like that, the way Draymond threw that punch, like, I can't even be a teammate with the dude anymore. I give Jordan Poole all the props in the world for going back to practice. Because me and him couldn't be back in the room because I don't know how I would feel would I retaliate now? Because you just,
exactly,
like the other caller said before you guys, like, your instinct when someone comes face-to-face with you, you're just saying, like, get off me, because you see in the video, Poole's kind of smiling. And then Draymond did, like, a lunge. That's like, you try to almost snake him, kind of, even though he's in front of you. You, like, just lunge punch him, trying to take him out with one punch. So I couldn't even be a teammate with dude. And, Joe, like you said, I can't even look at Draymond as that dude no more, because to me, it looks like you just pick on little dudes. I heard other rumors with you and Tristan Thompson, bro. You didn't do none of that stuff at the club when you got slapped. So I just don't understand how you could just do that to your own teammates.
That's my thing. Like, you might not like somebody, I mean, you can still get along and be amicable. You might get into dust up here and there. To swing like that in that situation, I mean, you have so many anger management problems to be able to, like, you're that furious. There's some deep stuff going on here. I don't know if it's between the two of them or internally with Draymond. I'm not here to, like, predict that or try to psychoanalyze that. I'm just looking at the video. There is so much charged up anger from that. I can't look at them the same.
There's a lot. We're talking yesterday. Barry Bonds choking out Jeff Kent.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan punching Steve Kerr. But Michael Jordan's the greatest at his profession. You make the argument he's the greatest player of all time.
Yeah. Fair or not, there's a talent tolerance equation.
Yeah, exactly.
That is in every business decision in America. Hey, you're the greatest salesman in the world, but you're a pain to deal with. Are you bringing in enough money for us to deal with you?
Right. Barry Bonds, arguably the greatest at his profession.
Absolutely.
So you tolerate certain things, which is, like you just said, fair or unfair, the talent supersedes everything. Is Draymond Green on that level?
I don't think so.
I don't think he's a Michael Jordan.
And I think it's unfair for me to try to balance, like, because you're Jordan, you can get away with this. But the reality is it exists.
It exists.
It exists. But it's unfair for me to, like, say that out. But I'm with you. Like, talent tolerance, there's an equation here.
So when I think about that, and then I get a snippet of Uninterrupted, because this one bothered me out of everything. What Draymond Green said here on Uninterrupted, that's going to be released, I think, today on HBO Max. This one bothered me, and I'll tell you why on the other side.
if it's LeBron coming in, if it's a Giannis coming in, because them the games I live for.
Easy. You ready for them? Easy.
It's the nights I show up, and we playing against the sorry
Sacramento Kings.
I can't play.
Who, the Kings?
The Kings stink. You name them. OKC right now.
OKC.
Like,
oh, my God.
Yeah,
it's hard those
the
nights?
Kings may get better this year, I hope. But, you know, it's like, how am I supposed to get myself up with this engine and
you done play so many big time games.
On this soft Tuesday.
Yeah. So Draymond Green saying that, and look, I get some guys don't want to, they don't get up for games like that. But here's my thing. Michael Jordan, we watched The Last Dance doc. Michael Jordan got up for every single game.
Because it could have been the first time a kid saw Michael Jordan play.
Steph Curry gets up for every single game.
Yeah.
It puts on the show. Mm-hmm. There could be a big-time Draymond Green fan up in Sacramento who's going to that game. Imagine paying top dollar for that ticket. Your moms, your pops, your family of four, you're big Draymond Green fans. You're in Oklahoma City. Now, I don't know how many Draymond Green fans are in Oklahoma City. Probably none because it was the history there. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do.
You get there to the stadium and you get a guy who's saying, yeah, I'm not going to play hard because this team sucks. And I hear that. And you got a lot of people who pay their hard-earned money to go to these NBA basketball games. And you got people laughing, and you know, you hear Maverick Carter there laughing, the same guy who said he could score on Steph in front of Draymond Green, and Draymond said nothing. Like, that's a problem. That's the part that bugs me.
They're lucky that Jordan Poole didn't break his nose in this situation. I know you're talking about the video and all this stuff. Like, this could have been a physical, he could have really hurt him.
Yeah, I
know all the other stuff that you're talking about, like, and I'm with you on all those things. This, we're talking about, like, playing hard in a game.
Right.
This is disrespect and harming a teammate.
Wow.
You're talking about playing hard in a game, and I get where you're coming from on that. We're talking about hurting someone in the workplace.
Yeah.
I mean, how many modules in trainings? And people can say it's professional sports, it's different, and I get it. There are different levels to it. How many of us take these trainings? You can't hurt anyone in the click on the next module. You can't talk about this, and you can't bring up these things. And we do all these trainings, and this dude's leaning forward, trying to end this dude's face. Who?
You know,
I'm sorry. I can't get over the video.
I'm thinking about Jordan Poole though. Feel bad for Jordan Poole.
He's lucky he didn't get his nose broken.
It's not only that, there's videos out there of you getting knocked out.
I know, and he's lucky he didn't fall back and hit his head, and he could have hurt himself even more.
He got dropped, right?
Yes, and he kept coming at him.
And, that happens. Yesterday, people tried to say that your attitude is the reason why you got slugged, that you became a different man, which was unfair. It was, that tweet to me had Trey Lance levels to where Trey Lance is ready. All you can do is run the ball. You remember the way Trey Lance was covered that entire week? And it was just all right, this is getting nasty. The way Jordan Poole was covered yesterday was nasty. Not by everybody, but the tweet, and I love how Curry came out and defended him right away. And you could tell by Curry. You could tell Curry. He doesn't know what sparked the altercation, but I'm looking for the cut here, Spinotti, of him talking about, Draymond Green has to communicate. All right, here goes. Here's Curry on how he communicates with Draymond Green in this situation.
Be honest with him. He respects my opinion. He respects how I feel. And we've had those conversations. So be honest with him about the disappointment in the situation in and of itself, but also, I think we've earned the ability to say, I trust that you're going to do the work to figure it out. That's all you can do right now. You rely on the history, you rely on the confidence and who I know him to be. Kind of put all your chips in that. So,
what do the Warriors need to get past this situation? What do they need to do?
I mean, everything is important. How we handle this situation is important. How Draymond responds to the space that he needs to come back with the right frame of mind on, again, doing the work, coming with the right energy, making it about the team. All those things are important. And for him, one of his superpowers is being able to bring his fire and competitiveness and his voice. And I don't want him to ever lose that. So whatever it takes to maintain that presence and trust and rebuild whatever he needs to, that's the journey we're going to be on. So the young guys have to believe in who we are and what we've built and the culture that we feel like can help us get through stuff like this. And it's up to me, Andre, the guys, Clay, the guys that have been around to embody that on a daily basis. So I think that's what we do really well.
Oh boy! So
B,
the
that was
leadership council. Go ahead, Shasky.
No, I mean, that's a haymaker. I mean, that's one of those ones that, like, you and me have been funking for quite some time, and I'm coming for you. Like, I'm trying to knock you completely out. That's just me seeing that. There is like so much anger wrapped into that, and I don't know if that's because the two of them had something building up to that point, or if this because I've seen also other guys like explode on someone else and had nothing to do with that person. So I have no idea. I'm not trying to psychoanalyze it. I'm just looking at the video and I'm saying, how the hell can this guy not get suspended by the league and the team? I don't see it. Now, I'm not comfortable sitting here saying it's assault because I don't even know where to begin with that. I don't even want to pretend to know like I'm some person who would be able to adjudicate something like that. This is sports, so I know some things don't apply. All I know is that if someone hit me like that, I don't know how I could ever be a teammate with them.
Well, and let me clear something up. A lot of people I see saying, which reporter leaked this video? First of all, that's an angle from the Warriors practice boxes. The offices.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Video room.
Okay.
The media is on the floor. That's not access the media has. From that angle from the video, that's not a media video. That's somebody within the organization. And somebody within the organization is about to get popped hard for leaking that. That's not a reporter video.
And Draymond wants to be Mr. Media, new media, TNT moving forward.
Yeah, I don't know about that. This could have long-term ramifications for Draymond
Go
Green.
nowhere, everybody.
Tyler, Dorian, Robert, Esteban, Mike, stay on hold here.
Wow.
Looks like we're going to be talking about this for quite some time here at 95.7 The Game, and that's what's coming up. Sponsored by Fremont Bank, full-service banking, no compromises.
The Warriors.
There it is. Welcome back. Step back off the dribble three. Got it.
Coming.
Stand home by Wiggins.
The only place to hear Golden State Warriors basketball. 95.7 The Game.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Hi, welcome to the IKEA Fall Savings Event.
Hey, I'm checking off my fall to-do list. I've got apple picking done. Now I need a cozy rug for cider tasting night.
Well, we've got offers on rugs, lighting, and more. And as an IKEA family member, you'll save $20 when you spend $200 or more pre-tax.
Great. Now I actually have to make cider.
Visit us in-store or at IKEA-USA.com/fall savings event to get ready and save. Offer valid 10/7 to 10/10 in the U.S. Discount applied proportionally across items purchased as shown on receipt. See store and IKEA-USA.com/fall savings event for complete terms and restrictions.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you with brake replacements, oil changes, washes, and so much more. Get $50 off your first oil change with code OIL50 at Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com and use code OIL50.
If you're a professional builder or designer, here's some good news from Golden State Lumber. Their relationships with Capital Lumber, Cal Cascade, Humboldt Sawmill, and others have led to an increase in lumber inventory. Golden State strives to deliver most materials the next day, if not the same day. Be sure to download the Golden State app, which provides access to hundreds of resources. Find it at goldenstatelumber.com. For 3 generations, Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey everybody, it's Boomer Esiason here. When a part of your offense isn't firing on all cylinders, it shows. And sometimes the only solution is to replace that part with something new. It's true on a championship team, and it's also true with cars. That's why I love eBay Motors. They have all the right parts at the right prices. 122 million of them, by the way. And that way you can get the parts that you need to make your car a winner. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride.
Did you know that most people wait 6 or 7 years before they buy a new TV? That's a lot of time in front of one TV. So why not get one of the best sets for the next 7 years? Like one of the top-rated Samsung, LG, or Sony models. Too expensive? What if you could get up to $1,000 trade-in for your old set? Who would do a stupid deal like this? Right now, at Video Only, you can get big bucks for your old set as a trade-in and a hot price on the new models. Don't be sorry. Check out Video Only.
Listen to Bonte and Shasky each day this week around 7:30 for your chance to win a $200 gift card to Kirby. Kirby is your driveway mechanic. Brakes, oil changes, car washes, and more. Get all the info on our contest page at 957thegame.com.
This is JP here, and you are listening to the Morning Roast with Bonte and the Butcher on 95.7 The Game.
All right, Jordan Poole. In case you don't know what's going on, let's recap everybody before we get back out to the lines, because I have one question for everybody out there. What should the Warriors do now? What should they do now about this situation? Let's catch everybody up. Wednesday morning, Draymond Green and Jordan Poole get into it at practice. We hear that it's a physical altercation. Anthony Slater joined us yesterday, Shasky, here on the Morning Roast at 8 o'clock, and he said, yes, it was a punch thrown. Bob Myers, Steve Kerr, Steph Curry speak to the media. They say they're going to handle it in-house. Draymond Green was away from the team yesterday. He apologized. Bob Myers looked sick as a dog, right? Bob Myers looked terrible. Steve Kerr, not happy. Steph Curry and Steve Kerr basically went out of their way to say, hey, that tweet by Chris Haynes was not correct. Jordan Poole's attitude has been just fine. He's had a great training camp. He's looked great. His attitude has been the same. He's been just fine. So they debunked that narrative. And now this morning, just about, what would you say, Shasky, 6:42 a.m.?
Yes, right before we were going to go to break.
Yeah, 6:42 a.m., TMZ releases the video of the practice where Draymond Green and Jordan Poole gets into it. Now, we'll describe the video again in case you're just joining us. You can go to our 95.7 The Game main page and see this video, courtesy of TMZ. TMZ released a video. It's on our main page at 95.7 The Game or at Morning Roast 957. Draymond Green and Jordan Poole starts talking. You can't hear the audio. There's no audio there. But they're talking. Jordan Poole kind of turns his back. Draymond Green walks up on Jordan Poole, kind of gets in his face. Jordan Poole pushes Draymond Green off of him, and Draymond Green lunges in with their right hand. That looked like he tried to end Jordan Poole's life. I mean, he flushed on the jaw, knocks Jordan Poole down. Staff, video coordinators, whoever, come in to kind of break it up there. So that's where we're at. The video's out. And once you see the video, give us a call, 888-957-9570. What do you think of the video? And two, the biggest question out there, what should the Warriors do now?
It's a $1 million question. You can interpret the video in a million ways. We don't hear the audio at all, and I would love to hear the audio so that I had more of a frame of reference, context, etc. It looks like to me Draymond gets into his chest and he's leaning forward into JP, And JP does the way I interpret it, and you can look at it a million different ways. JP does the self-defense mechanism of pushing
Right.
back off me.
You get in your face. Yo, give me my
back up.
space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Get out of my personal space. And as he does that, JP's backing up, right? To me, he's backing up, trying, again, you could say he touched him first. The way he's reacting, I view that as like a self-defense mechanism of backing up and removing myself so that I don't get slugged. And then Draymond leans in and I call it like a Superman haymaker, comes flying through, and there's just so much venom in that punch. And people could say, you're soft, these things happen. You can't do this at work. I mean, you can't do this in sports.
No.
Tommy Pham slapped Jock Peterson and got 3 games.
Yeah.
Slapped him. Okay? Slapped him. Now, baseball's different from basketball. We know that fights happen where Aaron Donald's swinging a helmet and everyone's got a bunch of equipment on, and I don't condone that either.
Yep.
This is 2 teammates going at it on the court, and then not only does he hit him square in the jaw, then goes after him again as he's falling down. If this was a bar fight, and I know it's not, but if this was a bar fight, we'd be like, damn, there's going to be some assault charges pressed here.
Wow. So who cares about how the video leaked? The video's out now.
It doesn't even matter.
The video's out now.
It's now what do you feel as a Warrior fan?
And no wonder Bob Myers. You saw his face yesterday.
No doubt.
You saw Steph Curry. He was ticked off yesterday. He was ticked off, and he had JP's back. And Bob Myers' line when he said, I just told Draymond he's better than this. He's better than this. He's better than this. Well, video's out now.
Well, and this thing that Draymond swung in self-defense, you don't swing in self-defense when you're lunging forward on someone and cocking back the way he did.
Right.
What we call those in my neighborhood is a kill shot. Like you're going for a kill shot. You know what I'm talking about, B?
Yeah, that was a kill shot.
That was one of those.
That was one of those ones where we should be thanking the heavens that Jordan Poole didn't get seriously injured.
100%. And I'm not trying to make it like more than it is. We all realize.
Just watch the video. Just watch the video.
The Warriors need Draymond Green to win championships.
Absolutely.
I want them to win championships. The last thing I want is Draymond Green to do something stupid and cost himself and this team and this organization and this fan base an opportunity to win a championship. But you can't be naive and look at that video and say, yeah, these guys will be fine. Brothers just hashing it out.
This is going to take a while.
Yes.
If Draymond Green is on this team and Draymond Green's going to be with the Golden State Warriors, this will take, this relationship may never get repaired. And Jordan Poole may say, the hell with signing the deal. I'm out of here. Trade me now.
To me, this is league and team suspension worthy. I don't know where you put it.
Let me ask you this.
I don't know how many games.
Right.
It's bad.
Let me ask you this. If you're Jordan Poole right now, would you blame him if he said, hey, Bob, you just got to get me out of here. I can't play with this guy.
If I was Jordan Poole, I'd say it's him or me. That's what I would say.
Remember the hypothetical?
I just know me.
Remember the hypothetical yesterday I gave you? His agent?
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, you got to pick one.
Well, I already told you where I'm going.
Wow.
I mean, look, Draymond's made his bed and he has to lie in it. And I also need to hear from Draymond at some point. That's
we're going to hear
thing.
from Draymond tomorrow.
I mean,
and it will be fascinating. And I wish that I may have to go to Chase Center tomorrow.
Well,
it's just like, this is wild.
At no point has he ever showed any remorse or self-reflection, really, at any single turn. He's so lucky he didn't break his orbital, his jaw, his nose.
This video's bad.
And in this day and age, you fall back, you hit your head. It could have been 15 times worse. This is not good. And I'm not trying to hype this thing up. The last thing I want to see is Draymond Green get run out of town over a fight. It's stupid.
Watch the video.
They should be trying to go for a second championship.
And they are. They are.
Yeah, but then not now. Now we're dealing about this punch.
Right.
I mean, we're dealing with Steph Curry is talking about adding a 5th ring.
Right.
And then instead, he's got to worry about one of his teammates trying to
one of his
kill
brothers.
shot one of his teammates.
Brothers. A guy he's gone through the wars with, his right-hand man.
And Draymond's lucky he didn't break his hand. I mean, I saw Hunter Strickland derail the Giants' season by breaking his hand punching a wall.
This is crazy. Crazy. By the way, Kirby giveaway 6 minutes. $200 gift card. Spinoni, you got the sounder? Give it to me. Yeah, when you hear that in 5.5 minutes, we'll give out the Kirby gift card. I'll give out the number and what caller you need to be with that. Let's go back out to the lines, man. Esteban in Oakland, listening on the radio. What's your thoughts on the video, Esteban? One, what's your thoughts on the video?
What's going on, guys?
2-part confession. Good morning to you, Esteban. Thanks for the call. One, what do you think of the video? And 2, what should the Warriors do now?
Look, man, honestly, if the team
decides to keep Draymond at this point, it sends a horrible message to the kids on the team, because that's what the other guys are. They're kids. And it sends the wrong message around the league, like look what happened with Draymond and KD. KD was going to leave, but hey, man, let's be honest. Draymond made it easier for KD to leave. And just looking at the video over and over and over, like when he throws the punch, it looks like Draymond tried to catch him with his left hand, because he probably did knock him out. We can't see the rest of the video after that.
Yeah, we have no idea.
That's a kill shot, man. That's horrible. And Draymond should have been gone yesterday.
You think the Warriors should move on from Draymond Green?
They have to. At this point, they have to, because, like I said, it sends the wrong message. If you keep him, there's no reason in the world. It doesn't matter what Jordan Poole said to him. It should never escalated to this.
Agreed.
And the punch, it's out of hand, man. Like, hey, it's horrible, and Draymond needs to go. And trust me, fans are going to run him out of town yesterday. Like I said,
his own teammates might. His own teammates might. I don't know how you could.
I think about the youngsters, Shasky. Wiseman. Remember, Wiseman got cursed out, and Draymond got kicked out of the game for cursing out James Wiseman. Cursing him out. We forgot, not only did the Draymond Green and KD situation where he called him the B word, and I know everybody has their personal feelings about Kevin Durant, but remember they were in Memphis one year. And they got into it, KD and Draymond Green, and KD's like, yo, give me the ball, get the hell out of the way. That's why I'm here. Like, just get out of the way. And just at some point, this stuff starts to add up.
Yeah.
It adds up. And then you talk bad about Steve and Bob. You talk bad about him. Bob, bad enough to get over and say, hey, it's Draymond being Draymond. We're all good. He even defended Draymond Green yesterday, said he's unique. He'll get over this. But how do you get over this? How do you get over this?
Now, seeing
Draymond
Bob's face yesterday, now it makes sense. Doesn't it?
Steve Curry, Steph Curry.
Everyone's like, why is they making such a big deal out of this? This is just testosterone and guys. And now that you've seen the video, doesn't it kind of make sense that they acted the way they did?
Shasky,
I don't know how they come back. I
love Draymond Green.
What?
I love Draymond Green.
Everybody
I love
does.
him as a person. I love him as a player. But to me, it's like, this is a breaking point for this organization. What do you do moving forward? How do you handle this? Is there only one way to deal with this, and that's shipping them out of town? Is an apology going to be enough? Like, to me, I get hit like that. You saying sorry to me after you sucker punching me like that?
Yeah.
An apology's not enough. I don't want to hear from you.
Yeah,
I don't want to look at you. I don't want to be in the same room as you.
I'm 100%.
We got a regular season about to tip off October 18th.
I know.
An apology's not going to do anything.
And you're supposed to be a professional at some level. I mean, everyone says it's a business. It's a business. This is a great text from the 4-way B. I want you to respond to this. Your value to winning championships is not a get-out-of-jail-free card to assault another person. This wasn't a simple scuffle. This was serious. And that's such a great point. Your value to winning championships isn't an excuse to act any way you want.
Yeah.
And it does feel like look, at some level, if we're going to do the culpability, JP deserves culpability in this.
Yep.
He's not an angel. I want to make sure that we don't know what he was said. Clearly, he said something that triggered Draymond. Does that excuse Draymond? No,
Right.
it does not. But both are culpable.
Right.
I also feel, and I've said this for quite a while, the Warriors, on some level, little, big, it's your determination. They've enabled Draymond over the years. They have, even if it's a little, they have helped enable this situation, and they've given him platitudes and a leash longer than anyone else. And that's because of his talent and because he is a guy who can help you win championships. I don't know if this action can be overlooked, though.
No, and the Q rating he's had with his fan base. I would say at 2016, before he was suspended in the NBA Finals, Draymond's Q rating was higher than Klay Thompson's around this market.
I think you're
right. It
right.
was Steph, and it was Dre, and it was Klay.
Game 7 Dre in 2016 Finals lives forever.
But during those finals, he kind of lost the fan base because he got suspended.
No.
And a lot of people still blame him for losing those finals. But he did make up. To me, he made up for it in Game 7.
No, but I'm with you. But how many people reference that Game 7 other than this? What do they reference?
Right.
Him being suspended.
So that Q rating with the fan, I'm just thinking about the fan base now.
Yes.
Kevin Durant, that situation. 2019, when you basically, and then after the season, you basically say, It was hard to get up. I knew we weren't going to win, so I really didn't play hard. Set an example for your guys. And I get it. You're out there by yourself. Steph's hurt. Clay's out. You're out there playing with guys who don't really know how to play the NBA game yet. But it didn't look good. The optics didn't look good, Shasky. And then the aftermath of it was like, wait, you admitted that you didn't even give all you had? Fans don't want to hear that. They don't. And then the podcasting. And then ripping Steve and Bob. And then you're ripping Steve and Bob. Not only are you ripping them, you're ripping them with Kevin Durant.
I know.
And you're failing to take accountability for a situation you created. It's the fans. I talked to a lot of fans yesterday about this. They're so down on Draymond, man. How do you come back from this if you're Draymond Green?
How do you let him back in?
What do the Warriors do?
How do you let him back into the huddle and everything? Like it's hard to not look at someone. You know, when things happen in life, B, and you go, I can't look at you without thinking about what you did, right? Whatever it is, cheating on someone or being a deadbeat in some variety or whatever, you owe somebody money or whatever it is. I mean, it's hard to look at Draymond now if I'm in that huddle like, bro, you going to do that to me?
Yeah. Trae Young just tweeted, Draymond is trying to get to L.A. Damn.
I mean, who would want Draymond? Like, just take a step back. Who wants that in their locker room?
I mean,
who wants to work with
just
that?
from a basketball sense, say if he did go to the Lakers. I'm the Warriors. I still don't feel they're Lakers.
No, but
that's not here. We're not there yet.
But again, who wants to bring that into their organization and their culture? Like when you bring in a veteran, you want to bring in a veteran. Ronnie Turioff was a Warrior veteran. We're going to bring him in because he knows how to win. Yeah, and he gets along with everybody. You don't bring in a veteran to just chastise everyone.
Spadoni, let's give out this Kirby gift card real quick. We'll get back to the call. Yeah, there we go. 415-951-2386. I know Lubman's working hard back there with the phones. 415-951-2386 and win a $200 Kirby gift card. Caller number 5 right now. 415-951-2386. We'll get to the lines in just a second. Real quick on Jordan Poole. We're going to stay with Jordan Poole in this situation because a lot of people are going to say, hey, he pushed Draymond Green. We have all been in physical altercations. You watch your space. What did he say that really ticked off Draymond Green? What could he have said to warrant that?
I've seen some people say no matter what he said, you shouldn't react that way. It depends. You got to know what he said.
What is it? Yeah. Is it a mama joke? Is it a big,
Bonte, it's also not just what he said in that moment. There could have been something building up over years that we don't know about. Sometimes situations happen that have been boiling over for months or weeks or days or hours or whatever. So again, there's a pie chart of culpability. Draymond's got a big slice. There's a slice for Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I don't think anyone deserves to be punched that way. No one deserves to be punched that way. Look, as I've gotten older, full disclosure, B, I'll say it right now. I was in trouble multiple times for felony assault, all right? It takes one to know one. As I've grown older, this is why I don't drink. As I've grown older and I put myself in settings, I realize, A, I had a drinking problem, and B, I had an anger management issue. Yeah. I'm ashamed by these things, but it's part of my story. And this is why I don't put myself in those situations. This is why I coach. This is why I give back, because it's part of my penance of redeeming myself. And I know that in certain situations, if I don't remove myself, I'm a hothead. And I'm still working on it to say I am nowhere near where I would like to be. But I understand I'm way better than I was years back. And I see a lot of things that Draymond does, and I go, damn, that's like a younger me. Because I was out of control. I was so out of control, I was put in a jail cell. I'm telling you, this is full disclosure.
I appreciate you sharing that,
it takes one to know one. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing the behavior of someone who's completely out of control when it comes to anger management.
I appreciate
and he should be ashamed.
Hey, I respect the hell out of you for admitting that.
It pains me to say it, and I'm sure my wife's disappointed in me, but it's part of my story.
But it's part of your story, and you've grown from it. And look at you now. You know what's right or wrong. In junior high, I got in a lot of fights. A lot of fights. In the neighborhood, a lot of fights. I had anger issues. You get over it. You got to find that happy medium.
Exactly.
And you found that happy medium. That's why we roll with you, Shasky. That's why you're a real one. So I appreciate you sharing that because you are close to the situation. And we want Draymond Green to get help. You don't want him going down this road where he's just slugging dudes. We forgot to mention what happened at Michigan State. He had a situation where he slugged a dude. Remember that?
Yeah, you can't do it in the workplace. And people could say it's sports, but it's also the workplace. They are a corporation. And I know there's a balancing act. I'm not trying to be holier than that. Believe me, I'm really not. I'm just saying when you have to work with someone every single day and do those things, and these guys are all, I don't think we understand that these are still human beings. They're not robots. This is not a video game. Something can't just happen. Just forget about it. Like, you got to go in there every single day. You got to travel on the bus. You got to travel in the plane. You got to go in and out of practices. You got to be in the huddle. And when things get hard and someone's yelling at you, whether you're Jordan Poole or whether you're one of the guys, DiVincenzo. Hey, when Draymond goes to yell at DiVincenzo, how's he not looking like, dude, you just slugged one of my teammates.
Right.
You going to do that to me?
Clay. I don't. Boy, I see this funny little tweet here. Whoever leaked that video to TMZ is all the proof you need that Bay Area rent is high. People need chicken. It's not funny matter, man. I just want to bring it up a little bit. Let's go to Dorian and Pinole. Then we'll get to Tyler and then Daryl, Calvin, Nick.
Hey.
Dorian, what's happening? You're on the roast. Listen on the car radio.
Hey, Bonte, man. I talked to you guys yesterday, man. Just give me 2 comments.
Yep.
First of all, sincerely, man, and I say this with, take the emotion out of it. They got to let him go. Sometimes discipline, it hurts, but it yields peaceable fruits if you humble. Secondly, I think that we give too much leeway to Curry. Curry needs to step it up and say what he needs to say. I listen to his comments, and it saddens me. Because how can you just do a cock back and hit this kid like that, man? And you got all these other young Kuminga and all these rest of these guys. Man, it hurts, man. It really, really hurts. I think that, we need to go ahead and say what needs to happen, man. It's going to hurt. But Draymond needs to learn a hard lesson, man, because he's going to end up in jail.
Dorian,
Dorian, let me echo that sentiment. You hear this in addiction a lot. And again, it takes one to know one. You have to hit rock bottom in your life before you want to make changes. And some people do hit rock bottom and they still don't want to make changes.
Yeah.
But the reality is so many people have to hit the absolute rock bottom before they realize that, oh, wow, I need to change up my life. I need to stop doing X, Y, and Z. I don't know if Draymond's ever really hit rock bottom. Like, I know he's had all these different suspensions.
He had some hardships growing up. I mean, they
no, I'm talking about professional rock bottom. I'm not talking about personal rock bottom. Overcoming your personal rock bottom is different. I'm talking about this in basketball. Which is different than life. I don't think he's really, because has his demeanor changed? Well, has his mentality changed?
I think rock bottom was the 2016 NBA Finals.
But he's still doing the same thing 6 years later.
I think that was. Well, obviously he hasn't learned his lesson, but he has hit professional rock bottom. You get suspended for a finals game, and you got to watch it in the suite while your team is across the hallway.
Then he's just he lacks self-awareness and the ability to
that's where it
alter behavior.
Because he has hit rock bottom as a pro.
I mean, the amount of people in the NBA that are tweeting about this video they're all calling it a sucker punch, number one. And number two, everybody's saying that Draymond's completely out of line and they could never work with him ever again.
No,
and these are the NBA players, not me and you.
Players.
They're saying they can't work with him again.
Well, we got one guy on the line who wants to defend Draymond Green via YouTube, and that's our guy Tyler Miller in SF. Tyler, what's happening?
Hey, good morning, y'all, man. Hey, free Draymond, man. What's up, bro? Y'all acting like he actually went out there and assaulted Poole without being provoked. First, we all know Jordan Poole bumps his gums a lot.
But he bumps his gums, but so does Draymond Green. Draymond Green bumps his gums too, Tyler. You know that.
And Tyler, would you meet me in the middle and say, that punch, it's almost impossible to defend a swing of that nature. Whether he got pushed first, he was led to the brink over years of abuse verbally. Like, you can't do that in the work setting. Like, you just can't.
Tyler, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hey, when Steve Kerr got punched in the face by Michael Jordan, do you think he softly punched him, or do you?
Hey, look. If that happened today, Tyler, Tyler, I really truly believe this. The nostalgia of Michael Jordan and the way we build him up, it's a positive for him. Had he been around in today's day and age, that would not be something that we glorify.
And Tyler,
that's
also,
just my opinion.
And also, Tyler, the Bulls are just not going to cut Michael Jordan. That's the thing.
But
I mean, this would be like Horace Grant punching Steve Kerr.
Right.
Oh man, fellas, we cannot have Draymond be the big bad wolf just because he doesn't average 20 and 10.
No doubt.
Or like big numbers like that. I really feel like Draymond is getting the short end of the stick because of his stigma around the league. But
But let me ask you this, Tyler.
Steph
Does
Curry
that
did
punch
this.
look good? Does that punch look good, Tyler?
I mean, the punch looked like Jordan Poole was messing around, and he found out what it was to talk mess to Draymond Green.
Come on,
Look,
you can't
if,
do that,
if
though,
Steph
Tyler.
Curry did this, I would have the same kind of reaction to the video itself. Damn, Steph, that's like, hey, man, you can't do that. Like, that's what I would say, straight up, watching the video. That is a kill shot haymaker. Wow, you're in the wrong. Like, I'm sorry, I know right and wrong. You're in the wrong, and it's impossible to defend a swing of that nature.
Tyler, thanks for the call, man.
We disagree, Tyler, and I love you.
No, I disagree with the nature of that. Like,
and plus, body of work matters in this one.
But listen, the reports people I was talking to over the last 2 days, and, Ponte, what do you know? What do you know? Well, what I do know is that, from what I hear, is that Draymond has tried to bully around Jordan Poole for a while. And Jordan Poole, a lot of people say he's a great character kid. I believe he's a great character kid from what I've been around him, from what I've heard, from all the interactions. Okay, Draymond Green, somebody bumped their gums back at Draymond Green. The fact that Draymond Green gets to bump his gums and gets away with it, and we all say, oh, man, that's Draymond being Draymond. So all of a sudden you get a good kid like Jordan Poole, who, yeah, he hasn't accomplished as much as Draymond Green. But you look at that title run last season, you look at that title. Could you win a championship without Draymond Green? Probably not. Could you win a championship without Jordan Poole? I don't know if you can. And think about this. Steiny brought this up, and I totally forgot about it. I saw Steiny before his show. Steiny was like, when Draymond Green got hurt, the Warriors immediately went on a 9-game winning streak. Immediately. And then things started to buckle once Curry got hurt and Clay started to but they went on a 9-game winning streak without Draymond Green. Nobody batted an eye.
Yeah.
Nobody batted an eye. So you could say, well, who's more valuable? I don't think you can't win a championship without Draymond, but I don't think you can win a championship without Jordan Poole. Because how many players in this league can play off the ball like Stephen Curry? Not too many, but Jordan Poole's one of them. Who could play make on this team outside of Stephen Curry and Draymond Green? Jordan Poole can, and he was just as valuable as Draymond at times last season. So this whole thing that, Jordan Poole's he can't be bumping his gums. It's who he is. Talks trash.
I'm asking you, if Lubman came in here and he socked you straight in the jaw like that, would you be able to move forward with him tomorrow?
Lubman and I'd be done. Lubman and I'd be done.
Yeah.
We'd be done.
I would, yes.
I was in a verbal altercation at the station, and I was nearly done.
Yeah. A verbal.
Like, a verbal one.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to come back from that.
Yeah.
Verbal.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think I would be too.
You can't, no.
Some things are like, if my brother punched me to this degree.
Like, not only, like, the question, exactly. Like, me and Big Dog, we got in a fight one time.
Mm-hmm.
We got into an altercation. And, like, he knew he was wrong. He came the next day to my house, picked me up, and bigged me up as a big bro. And was like, you know what I'm saying? We don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not what we do.
Yeah.
That's not what we do. You don't come back from stuff like that, man. So I'm thinking to myself, what is Jordan Poole thinking right now? Not that the video is out. Does he even want to be here anymore?
I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking of all the fights that I've seen in like just out and about, where a guy will like punch somebody as they're falling back, or punch somebody like back off me, like because two guys are in each other's grill, and you give them one of those like little jabs, you know what I'm saying, or a little uppercut, or maybe a body shot. That was a cock back, lean forward, haymaking kill shot. And I'm not trying to overdo it. I'm just telling you from my experience out there, that's one of those ones like, I'm trying to knock your lights out.
Right. And look, KCBSF on YouTube. Perfect. And we're getting back to the calls in a second.
I don't know how you apologize and be able to
KCBSF, because I'm seeing a lot of this right now.
What's that?
You know, in the streets, in the hood, you can't get this ain't the streets in the hood.
This is a corporation.
This is a corporation. This is a business. This is a professional team. That hood stuff goes out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't bring that into the workplace.
Especially when you're creating a new media empire.
And this whole thing about the hood, ask every dude who grew up in the hood. We try to grow up to get out the hood.
Yes, exactly.
And we don't go back to the hood.
Exactly.
I don't go back to my neighborhood.
For a reason.
I may say something here or there and say, hey, what's up, what's going on with them? But if I know it's a shaky situation, why do I need to go back? We grew up our whole life to try to get out of that.
Yes.
You know, so you can't bring the hood into a practice court. Get out of here with that.
It's well
this
said.
ain't the streets. So,
it's well said.
Look, what's Jordan Poole going to do? The leaking of the video, the Warriors can't be happy about that. That's secondary to me.
Well, that is an element.
It is an element,
That is an element.
Somebody leaked this, and so, like, maybe somebody wanted this leaked. Maybe somebody wanted Draymond Green to be put on blast like this.
I don't know. Well, Boy, I'd just love to know what preceded this. Weeks, months, years.
Wow.
Minutes, seconds. I want to know what the conversation was. Because it looks like to me Jordan Poole's looking out under the court and Draymond's coming at him. God, the whole thing is just, if you're Lakeup, Myers, the entire front office, I mean, you've got to be just sitting there this morning going, I can't believe this got out.
You got to be ticked off. You have to be ticked off.
Oh, boy.
You have to be ticked off.
What is the league going to do?
So
what is the league going to do?
This is interesting. I don't know if it's been deleted, but Kevin Cottrell Jr., he's on Twitter. He said, who leaks practice footage? Iguodala replied, them. So who's them? Is it the front office? Is it the ownership group? This is bad. This is really, really bad. This is bad. I didn't think before today that it could derail a season, but boy, the tea leaves are starting to come out, and I'm just like, whoa.
Have you seen anything like this in sports?
I mean,
you've got two timelines, a championship team.
Yeah.
You've got one of the greatest players in the history of the game. The team going through a transition in terms of, trying to ease in all this core of young guys, money on the line because there's only so much money you could spread to so many guys. And, I mean, it's like the most high-stakes level sports poker you can play, and it's playing out in front of our eyes on top of just over-the-top, machismo, ego-driven guys, because that's how you have to survive in the NBA, and you got to fight in the middle of it.
Let's bang out some calls, Shasky. I know, it's just, I've never seen anything like
this. Even if this came out in a movie, you'd be like, that Disney movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. It doesn't
insane.
happen. Insane. So, whoever leaked this is probably going to get fired for show, but whatever. What's going to happen to Draymond Green? What do the Warriors do? How's Poole thinking? There's all these questions floating into all our minds right now. We're going to get to the calls, but let's reset real quick. Wednesday, Poole and Draymond get into a physical altercation.
Yeah.
Thursday, Myers, Kerr, Curry all speak about the situation. They said they're going to handle it in-house. Draymond was not at practice. He'll be back tomorrow, and he'll probably be speaking to the media, which would be very, very interesting. I know I got some things to do in the morning. Those plans are canceled because we need to figure out what the hell's going on at the Chase Center.
Yeah.
All right? And in the video this morning, 6:42 a.m., we're about to go to break, Shasky, and Spinelli goes, I'm hitting the breaking news sounder after the break. And the video comes out where Draymond punches Jordan Poole. Now, they were talking. They were lingering around the three-point line, the corner three. Draymond walked up to Poole, put his shoulder into him. Poole pushes Draymond off of him to get some space. And Draymond, boom, sucker punch him. People say Balrog from Street Fighter. Hey, that's appropriate.
That's actually
you want to say Saget?
Yeah.
Tiger Punch?
Dawson.
Dawson?
Yeah,
it was nasty.
Yeah, that was a finish him Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that was a bad punch. So
yeah, I mean,
that's where we're at now.
If
the
you saw that on World Star, on like Hip Hop World Star, everybody like, oh!
We'd be replaying it over and over and over.
100 times. Yes.
Well, we're going to replay this over and over and over.
I mean, this is
players are talking. Oh,
and no,
my gosh.
It's not the first time this has happened in pro sports. It's the first time I've seen it like this in a practice video setting.
Man.
I mean, it's really bad.
Let's go to Calvin in Vallejo. He's listening on his car radio. Calvin, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, thanks for having me this morning.
Anytime.
What's up?
Yeah, so Draymond Green, man, if he did that to Steph Curry, he'd be out the door. What's the difference?
Yeah, I mean, what is the difference? Well, Steph Curry,
well,
right?
And from a corporation standpoint, because I know people will say, it's pro sports, but there is a corporate level. Like they would say to you, the Warriors, we treat every employee the same. Why do you think Ime Udoka is going through what he's going through with the Boston Celtics? Because they are a corporation, right? And there are certain things that they have to abide by legally, morally, ethically. And so I guess the Warriors would say to you, even though we all know that's not true, but they would say to you, we're going to treat every situation like this equally. But I think we can all read between the leaves and say, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just call it. Like, okay, Quindary Weatherspoon does this to Jordan Poole. Is there even a doubt what's going on? And I'm not trying to throw Quindary under the bus. I'm just saying, there's levels to this.
Right. There are
and you have to be
levels to
reasonable.
this.
But every corporation would do the same thing. The head CEO at whatever, pick the industry. If they're so damn good at what they do and they make so much money, you're able to look the other way when they get a DUI.
Right.
Other employees, you might say, you know what? That's a bad look for our company. Take a hike.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm with it. Now, a lot of people they're not exonerating Jordan Poole. They're saying Jordan Poole's words escalated the situation. But how come Draymond Green is the only one allowed to talk to people a certain way and Poole can't talk back? Like, what if Curry talked back to Draymond Green? You know what I'm saying? What if Clay talked back to Draymond Green? Kevin Durant talked back to Draymond Green, and Draymond ends up getting suspended and damn near derailed the season.
Well, and now, I mean, we've all made Kevin Durant the soft one and the bad guy in this whole divorce. Do you look at that whole situation a little different? Because now I start thinking about David West. Y'all don't know what we went through.
Well, that was the thing.
And then I'm thinking to myself,
so I'm glad you brought that up.
So what the hell happened there?
So, yeah, that situation. The meningitis thing. If it was meningitis, don't you think that's a story that would have been leaked when it was? And we could talk about that another time and off air or whatever. But now I'm
starting to retroactively re-adjudicate the Kevin Durant, Draymond Green. And look, the night that happened, because we saw it on the court, I came on these airwaves and we had the post-game show, and I remember saying, I'm sorry, if you're asking me to choose between Kevin Durant and Draymond Green, Draymond, take a hike.
Yeah.
Like,
I hear you.
I'm sorry, I don't care who was in the right or in the wrong. I'm trying to keep KD. This goes back to the talent tolerance conversation that we've had.
No doubt.
And everyone's like, oh, KD's soft.
Yep.
This guy showed a pattern of behavior over a decade that at this level, how can you keep defending it?
I don't know. What should the Warriors do, folks? What should the Warriors do? 888-957-9570. Let's go to Daryl in East Oakland listening on his car radio. What's up, Daryl? What's happening?
What's up, man? Now I'm on the third hole, man. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Where
are you playing at, Daryl?
Metro.
Oh, nice. I love Metro. Great little links course.
Nice. So, Daryl, what you think of the video, man? What you think of the video, and what do you think the Warriors should do now?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little brother, 2 older brothers, and an older sister, and I mean I caught a couple of those in my time, and I mean it kind of was what it was. You got to kind of reflect on what you was doing to kind of eat that. Don't get me wrong, it was violent, it was weird, and maybe it didn't need to happen. We don't know what was happening in the mix, but I'll say this: people been wanting Draymond off the Warriors for about 6 or 7 years now. Mostly our enemies, but a lot of our allies, if you will. I think people just kind of need to leave Draymond alone. It's getting a little. I don't like the ideology behind anytime something happens with Draymond, tech or a missed layup or even a punch, he got to go. You know what I'm saying? It's been a weird dynamic with him, and I don't like it.
Yeah, what about his self-control over he's 32. He's supposed to be a veteran leader.
Yeah, I know. That's
Where's
what Bob
his
said.
self-control?
Well, Bob said he's disappointed, but here's a tweet from David West 7 minutes ago. David West,
what's it say?
Of course, the NBA champ with the Golden State Warriors. We miss David West. David West tweeted,
I didn't even know he tweeted.
Fire whoever leaked that video. Got a whole bunch of mofos who can't be trusted. Everybody wrong. As soon as Dre start walking up on somebody, somebody's supposed to get in front of him. Looks like the video guys and support staff got more heart than some of them chumps on the sideline.
Wow.
So now we're looking at players who to jump into it.
Just standing there.
Kuminga's 19, 20 years old. He don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, and I don't.
So who should the players have round up on him?
I have a hard time saying that this guy should have stepped in and that guy should have stepped in.
That's another element to the story.
But that is part of it.
It's part of it. David West is a veteran. Yeah. Somebody should have been in front of Draymond. They shouldn't have been barking back and forth. But probably players thought, maybe it's just another day at the office between Poole and Draymond Green. Maybe it's just another day of practice to where they do talk and, hey, bygones are going to be bygones. We're going to play on. Obviously, this one got heated, and it got a little more serious. So here we are. What do the Warriors do now? Let's go to Tim and Raleigh before the break. Raleigh, North Carolina, our main man, Tim. What's happening, Tim? Listening on Odyssey. Good morning.
It's been a while, man, but I just saw this thing. My boys just sent it to me in a group text. My stomach dropped, man. It just dropped legitimately. Like, guys, the dude cussed Wiseman out on the floor like crazy. This is the biggest punk bully move ever. I mean, Jordan Poole is kind of pushing this cat off and ain't thinking you about to get one to the face. I mean, I'm looking at this. This what I'm thinking about, guys. Jordan Poole family, his boy. Dude, this kid is old enough to be my son right now. I got a 26-year-old daughter, and I'm telling my son one or two things. The next time this cat come in, you gonna steal his ass the same way he just stole you. Or your ass ain't gonna be a part of that. I mean, guys. I don't think y'all. He almost knocked this out.
I know. And then went after him as he's crumbling.
He's 10 years older than this cat.
I know.
It ain't nothing no jitterbug can say to me to get me at that point. And I played basketball all my life. It ain't nothing no jit that when I was 23, they was 13 can say to me. I'm laughing anything off.
I'm with you. And then it's not just the hit. Then he's going after him even more.
And
as he's crumbling.
And look, there's people who don't like Draymond for what happened with Kevin Durant. I'm a Draymond guy. I love Draymond Green. Homegrown, second-round pick, proved the haters wrong, has become a Hall of Fame basketball player. He's a Hall of Famer. And the Warriors don't win 4 championships without him. We know that. You should know that. You don't win 4 championships without him. Hell, I just saw him at Media Day. He's asked about the pregame show, D-Wright, coach of the Donde Academy and all that stuff. It's tough for me to defend Draymond Green this morning when I see that, man. It's just, I just expect better from him, like Bob Myers. You've been here before. You're the veteran. They look up to you. You're a leader. You took out one of your young guns.
B, I have no response to you. You're 100% right.
Man, a suspension? What do the Warriors do? What can the Warriors do?
Do you even want to see him in a Warrior uniform?
Damn, that's a great question, Chasky.
I mean, do people even want to see? Do they want to have him announced as a starter, coming out, getting a standing ovation? Yeah. Do Warrior fans even, can they stomach that?
All right, we're going to continue to talk about this, but Spadoni, we got business to take care of.
It's time for the injury report.
That really hurt.
Brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
All right, the one time we talk about the Niners and Panthers, I thought we were going to do a lot of Niners and Panthers today. Not today. Not after that video got released, but we have an injury report. Let's just look at it from the 49ers angle. Defensive tackles Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead were absent from practice Thursday as they deal with a knee and ankle injury, making their status for Sunday's game uncertain as well. But it looks like the offense is a full go. Obviously, no Colton McKivitz. So Niners-Panthers 105 on Sunday. We'll definitely be recapping that, as well as Draymond's presser tomorrow when he meets the media Saturday. We'll see if that happens. Injury report brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. What's coming up on the game? Sponsored by Fremont Bank, full-service banking, no compromises. More of your phone calls. Duke, Antonio, Nick, Martial Arts John, Fred, text line. Comcast Business Text Line, YouTube, everybody, you're going to be involved for the next hour. We'll be discussing this all show long, and I'm guessing Willard and Dibbs will do the same right here on 95.7 The Game.
Watch Niners-Panthers on Sunday.
Hufanga, touchdown, San Francisco, pick 6.
And listen to 95.7 The Game on Monday.
Through the first month, I can't say one negative thing about the defense right now.
This defense been
not one negative thing.
This defense has been playing at a high level. They are ready to roll.
The only place to be after each 49ers game.
Oh, yeah.
95.7 The Game.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 30% off your entire order and 24 months of interest-free financing. 800-874-3600. 800-874-3600. That's 800-874-3600. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Dr. Trudy Fleer here with the 5G Home Recovery Podcast. Let's discuss a very real existential threat to internet speed. It's a big one. Ready? T-Mobile Home Internet. It lags. Ugh. Now, what is lag? Lag is a delay in data being transmitted across the internet. For example, you're hitting that hot drop, the parachute cuts out, you've got an unsuspecting bot in your sights, and lag! You were actually eliminated 10 seconds ago. Nobody deserves that. So stop letting T-Mobile Home Internet ruin everything and switch to Xfinity. Learn more at xfinity.com/TMOFax.
Get an amazing value on Xfinity Internet with unlimited data included. Switch for $55 a month for 2 full years with no annual contract required and no equipment fees for 24 months. Go to xfinity.com/TMOFax, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store to learn more. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 10/17/22. Restrictions apply. New fast internet and xFi Complete customers only. xFi Gateway required. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply to all services and devices.
Football season is here. The new Odyssey app lets you stay connected to your NFL team, your station, your shows. Follow your favorite stations and come back again and again. Get real-time updates on everything you care about. Miss your show? Jump back to their awesome Rewind feature. The Odyssey app is NFL football. Live and on demand. Wherever you are, whenever you want. And did we mention it's all free? Download the Odyssey app today.
The new Google Pixel 7 Pro is super, especially when it's on Verizon, the network America relies on. It's supercharged, super powered, and a super...
deal.
You know it. Now, switch to Verizon and get the Google Pixel 7 Pro on us with select trade-ins and select 5G unlimited plans.
That really is super.
Yep. There's never been a better time to switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with port-in. Less $700 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code JOY at checkout. That's harrys.com, code JOY. Enjoy.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM and HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take him out. This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Oh, baby. And good morning to everybody out there. If you're getting off your graveyard shift, if you're at work, if you're getting ready for work, if you're on the roadways, whatever you're doing this morning, good morning to you on a Friday, a gloomy Friday here in the city. Good morning to Lubman. Good morning to Sam Lubman. Technical producer Joe Spadoni and you, Joe Shasky III. Boy, thought we were going to get ready for Niners and Panthers. Thought we were going to talk a little Russell Wilson and how bad he looked last night on Thursday Night Football. We're going to react to what Myers and Kerr and Curry had to say yesterday. But in case you're just joining us and you're just getting in your cars or if you're just waking up, TMZ released a video this morning of what happened at practice on Wednesday. And, of course, we got the report Wednesday evening at around 5:59 p.m. from Anthony Slater. Of course, Anthony Slater joins us yesterday in the morning roast. He had to report that there was a physical altercation between Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. And Slater mentioned yesterday how when he went to practice, there was a weird vibe. Music wasn't playing. Something was up. Something was up. So then Thursday we hear from Steve Kerr. We hear from Bob Myers. It was Bob Myers first, Steve Kerr, and then Stephen Curry. And they all basically mentioned how that tweet by Chris Haynes was a joke. basically saying that Jordan Poole's attitude's been great during training camp. He hasn't changed. He hasn't been walking around all cocky that certain people think that he is doing. And so the video today gets released about what happened via TMZ. And Draymond Green is on the three-point line, and Jordan Poole's on the baseline. I don't even think he's in the play. And you could definitely tell they were both talking. Now, what was said, I have no idea. No idea. But obviously, Draymond Green did like what Jordan Poole said, so he walked up on Jordan Poole, put his shoulder in Jordan Poole's face. Jordan Poole pushed him off of him. Hey, get out of my space. And Draymond Green came with a right hand and tried to end Jordan Poole's world. And then guys came in there and broke it up. So what happens here? What should the Warriors do? What do you think of the video? How's Jordan Poole looking at this? Does Jordan Poole even want to be a Golden State Warrior anymore, Shasky?
All great questions. No clue. How does he not get suspended? That's the thing I keep thinking about. Like, how can you not suspend someone? Like, you have to set precedent at some level for your work environment. People have to feel like they're safe, you know. And it does feel like, to me, looking at the body language of the other players on that court and just different people around, Draymond must act wild at practice a lot. Because that seemed like normal behavior. Like, it just seemed like if someone else was doing that, you would at least look to the left or the right if someone was jarring. I want to go back to the Steve Kerr, Bob Myers, Steph Curry thing. And I've long hypothesized and wondered out loud, when's enough for Steph Curry? He seems like a pretty reasonable guy.
Well, remember that was my question yesterday. The one question that was hitting the top of my mind, not to cut you off, Shasky, but what does Steph Curry think about this? And we heard from Steph Curry yesterday.
But it feels like the first time, just for me, that I've ever heard him ever really say anything that's like, I'm really disappointed in Draymond. Right. Usually it's kind of just, in a Steph way, he kind of just blows everything to the side.
So I'm looking at the footage, right? And we say, hey, Steph Curry's looking at the play. Poole, Draymond's talking. PBJ's right there. He's a rookie. You expect PBJ to get 20? Between Draymond Green? There's some other guys who are training camp invites. Rod Adams is right there, trying to get in between them. Kuminga kind of acts. It's tough for me to blame coaches and players for not breaking it up. Draymond Green's got to have self-control at the end of the day. He's got to have self-control. That's what it is.
I've told you this, and I'll say it again for people that are coming in.
32 years old.
At one point in my life, and I still deal with anger management issues every single day. I'm not perfect, and I don't pretend to be some big tough guy or anything like that. I've gotten in many altercations, and I got in trouble with the law because I put my hands on someone, not once, but multiple times. And I've had to learn through years of different things, whether it be therapy, self-reflection, people that I loved coming at me and saying that I'm not going to have you be part of my life if you don't change, and this is why I don't drink or really party like I used to at all anymore, and it took a long time. This isn't, when you have anger management issues like this is not like, you fix it and you go to rehab and you're good. Like, this is years of working at it and trying to refine it and get slowly better.
Yeah.
I have not seen anything, and I'm not with him every day. I have not seen anything from Draymond that's showing me he's working on this.
Well, here's what, I want to go back to this.
And he has no restraint.
I thought he was working on that. I thought he was being a better leader.
But this is what happened. But this is like addiction. It's the same thing, because this is the way it was described to me with my anger management. You can be going well for 6 months, a year and a half. Stuff pops up, right? And then when you hit these inflection points, it's up to you to be able to have self-restraint and control and try to take a step back and do everything you can through some of the methods that they're trying to teach you of counting to 10, walking away, removing yourself from situations, finding coping mechanisms so that you don't go back and fall into the same way of resorting to physical violence.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. We all have our demons, and you've learned how to control yours. Draymond, it feels like, hasn't gotten there yet. Here's one thing, Curry, because I was just talking to program director Matt Egan, and we both agreed that we haven't seen Curry.
I've never
with
seen
that tone.
Never.
Think about the way he defended Jordan Poole. Here's a cut from yesterday about defended Jordan Poole with the tweet by Chris Haynes.
Yeah, there's a specific tweet that was put out yesterday about insinuating that JP's attitude or something has changed since he's been in this training camp, or even whatever time window they're talking about. It's absolute BS. Andre addressed it yesterday with his tweet, and you kind of leave it at that. JP's been great. There's nothing that warranted the situation yesterday, and make that clear. But it's also something that we feel like will not derail our our season and what we're trying to build, and that's with Draymond, and as a part of that. So the rest of it, probably when speculation becomes opinion and turns into borderline fact of like what actually happened. So I hate that became kind of part of the narrative, which it's not fair to JP.
Not fair at all. So, I just got a text from my buddy, Coach Adam Diaquiso. What up, City College, San Francisco? He's tweeted all bad, and he's a coach.
Yeah,
coach at City College, junior college.
Kids from very rough backgrounds who are very young.
I happen to be with this team for a long time. I love that team. They've done a lot for me in my professional career.
Done a lot for hundreds of kids.
Hundreds of kids. I wouldn't be where I'm at without them. Coach Adam, Coach Justin, Coach Tom, all the free meals, take free pizza, going on the road trips. Junior college basketball is something else. We all saw Last Chance U with East LA. That's junior college basketball in a nutshell.
Yes.
So Coach Adam has dealt with all kind of situations, all situations like this, but I find it very intriguing because a lot of people are going to want to know who leaked the video. And Coach Adam goes, it's all bad, but I can guarantee you the players also have access to the practice film.
Oh.
To go back home, watch the practice,
Gotcha.
hey, work on this, watch what you did. Everybody has access to this. So it's just, hey, not on the front office, not on the players, not on the video coordinator. Who the hell knows? Basically what I'm saying is, who knows who leaked it? It could have been anybody.
Well, let's just go back to the Draymond Green over like a body of work, right? Like his actions over time. Do I expect everyone to be a choir boy? No. Like you're talking about junior college players. Like
they're not choir boys.
I'm a believer in this. I don't care if you're an athlete or just a regular person. I believe that between the age, this is just my theory on life, between the ages of like 13, and for some it might be younger, till you're like 25, 26, 27, you're going to have ups and downs, and you're going to do a lot of dumb things, and it's part of the learning process of life. And I expect you to make mistakes. That's why I'm a huge believer in second, third, fourth mistakes and opportunities to overcome those.
4 chances, 5 chances.
Of course. But at some point, I asked the question, and it's what I said about Draymond Green. When is enough enough?
Right.
How many chances am I allowing to give you? And it felt like to me yesterday, Steph Curry was putting his foot down saying, yeah, this is enough. This is where I draw the line. And this is Steph Curry, who's been with them a decade. And at some point, I'm hoping, and I was praying, that Draymond would mature and become, and he's still young, 32 still young.
32. But he's old in the NBA. People look up to him in the NBA.
Bonte, think about what he did last year in the playoffs. Well, did he show you maturity when he was running around, clapping like he was a WWE character, getting kicked out of a Memphis game?
I want to go back to last offseason because it seems like every offseason we talk about Draymond Green. And on this show, we took an Uber ride up to Summer League together. And I'm like, Shasky, what do you think of this? And we're talking about trading Draymond Green. Why were we talking about trading Draymond Green? Because he sat down with Kevin Durant, who a lot of people blame Draymond for running out of town, no matter how you feel about Kevin Durant. And he sat down with Kevin Durant, and he threw Steve Kerr and Bob Myers under the bus. He said, Steve and Bob messed the situation up. And I said, and I was just like, damn. And so I remember when you came on, you said, you know what, Bonte, Draymond has got to go. Enough is enough. People were fed up last offseason about him ripping Myers and Kerr. And we sat down with Myers
I
at
thought
Chase
it
Center.
was so
We
unnecessary.
brought Myers over to Chase Center, and you asked him, and I saw it on Bob's face. And remember, I pivoted. I was like, hey, we don't need to talk about that. Because I could see it on his face. But he was not happy about that.
But to me, as we're talking about what he did last year with KD when they sat down, the key for me was it lacked self-reflection, which has been the problem with Draymond Green since day one. He does these things, and then it's never his fault. And then he doesn't learn from them, and he repeats them. Dude. So, to me, it's not one thing. It's not two things. It's a pattern of things that he's done over a decade.
It's a lack of accountability.
Exactly.
Be accountable. I tell young people all that when I'm, my buddy he goes to Oregon. Miles, Ralph's son, going to Oregon. Yeah. Amadi, who just finished his fellowship at KCBS. There's a bunch of people I talk to, young kids, classes. Just be accountable. If you make a mistake, be accountable.
I'm asking you this one because I was thinking about this, and people are going, you're jumping the gun. I'm asking you out loud. If you're selling merch at the Warrior store, how are you going to sell Draymond Green stuff to kids? Like, oh, that's tough. But these are the things corporations have to think about.
How can you sell them to our company? How can this guy be the face of a franchise? Well, we know Steph Curry's the face of the franchise.
Of course.
So that's...
But that's what makes Steph, and that's why he's so great as a pitchman, and that's why every team in every sport wants a Steph Curry. They're so few and far between. I just look at Draymond Green in the work setting, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, whatever. You cannot allow employees to be swinging on each other like that in that setting. Do fights happen? Of course they do.
Yeah.
Seeing that video footage, and again, Jordan Poole is no saint. Jordan Poole's no saint. He did something. I don't know what. There's a pie chart of culpability.
It doesn't warrant a punch, Shasky.
I'm with you.
I don't care. This ain't the streets.
B, I'm with you.
This ain't Saginaw, Michigan.
But he's
this
also
ain't Fillmore, California. You're in a practice facility and a corporation.
But it also because the emotional abuse and verbal abuse does happen, and we don't know what has preceded this for weeks, months, years, days, hours. We don't know. But we see the action in the video, and it's appalling for a lot of people.
It's appalling is a great word. It's nasty. And what do you do now if you're the Golden State Warriors? What do you do? What do you do? Let's go to Martial Arts John in Richmond. Martial Arts John in Richmond, listening on the radio. What's up, Martial Arts John?
Hey, fellas. How you doing? Just got to work. I really love the show.
Thank you.
I'd like to just analyze this punch real quick. It's been called a sucker punch a couple times. Now, though it was a cheap shot for a couple of reasons here, I'll tell you why. Okay? Number one, Jordan Poole did shove him with incredible fire, just right there. And he reacted, okay? Now, listen, in games I've seen, in live games, you get in that dude's face, there's tons of people from other teams that don't push him.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, his left hand was down. His hips were square. That's what I don't like about it. I teach martial arts. But it was quite one of those overhand right hooks, and it landed. Here's what I think, guys. In any successful franchise, any successful team, there's going to be slip-ups. It's going to happen. I don't think we should break up the squad over this. I know it's gnarly. I know it's bad.
Let me ask you this question. What if Steph Curry, Steph Curry and Bob Myers and Steve Kerr, the guys that are in that ring, in that arena, if you will, what if they think it's enough is enough? What if they're the ones who are uncomfortable? Because it doesn't matter what Joe Shasky and Bonta Hill think. It matters what that team thinks, right? So I'm asking you, if they want him gone, don't you owe it to them?
Listen, if a couple weeks go by and the Warriors squad want him gone, I'll go ahead and side with Curry, side with the Warriors. Let it cool down a bit. Here's what I would do if I was Draymond, okay? I just let Poole punch me in the face on you.
See, that's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to work. No business in America is allowing that.
That's not going to work. That doesn't erase the humiliation Jordan Poole's going through right now. Jordan Poole right now is probably sitting in a room somewhere, and this is all circling out. Jordan Poole's not a big social media guy. Instagram, he'll post his pictures. But Jordan Poole's sitting at home, and his family's watching this video. His mama's watching this video. His brother, siblings, family's watching this video, and his peers, his buddies, are watching him get humiliated all over the world. This is all over the world.
Think about John Martin with Incognito. Like, it's word association. You brought up Rudy Tomjanovich earlier. It's word association.
Right. This does happen. Done after that.
Oh, he was completely done.
He was cooked.
Yeah.
And Richie Incognito got second and third chances, which is wild. NFL.
Yeah.
NFL, go figure. He got a Raiders job after going to a funeral home trying to chop his stepfather and father, trying to chop his head off in the funeral home. The guy was in a casket. Incognito's insane. It's just, what? The NFL's a different beast. NFL tolerates stuff like that. The NBA doesn't.
No.
For the most part, I would think. But here's the thing. This video is getting circulated all over the world. The Warriors are a worldwide brand. A worldwide brand. They just left Japan. Poole's got fans. Kerr's got fans. They just left Japan. And everybody's making a big deal about Jordan Poole talking trash about the three-point shootout. He's having fun. Hey, I'm coming at the Splash Brothers. We got you this time. I'm going to beat you. He's the little brother talking to the big brother. And Klay Thompson was like, oh, yeah, it was good to humble him. And people took that. It was like, oh, there's something with Jordan Poole. Michael Thompson, yesterday's video at practice. Who was there with Jordan Poole after practice? Michael Thompson, Klay's brother. You think if Klay really had a problem with Jordan Poole and thought he was so cocky, why would Michael Thompson be running drills with him every single day? Every single day. Don't you think Klay's brother, Klay would be like, yo, this guy's cocky as hell.
Yeah.
I ain't rocking with him. But instead, Michael Thompson's out there running with JP, working out with him all the time. This has been happening since last season. So I don't like this overreaction and overanalyzation of who Jordan Poole is. It's gotten to me a little bit, man. And I'm glad Kerr got out in front of it saying, yeah, that tweet was erroneous. Poole's been great during training camp.
Yeah, and everybody keeps coming in with Steve Kerr got punched by Jordan, and Steve Kerr, yeah, but we didn't see the video, and it was 30 years ago. Times have changed, and that's part of the glorification of Jordan. Jordan could have shot somebody on video with his ID out, right in the head, and everyone would be like, that's championship behavior. Because Jordan's Jordan. Don't explain to me why. I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, we glorify everything Jordan did. That doesn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right, but you know what?
Because all my favorite leaders, Ronnie Lott, Joe Montana, Buster Posey, they didn't fight teammates.
Tim Duncan didn't fight.
No.
I love Tim Duncan. Hakeem Olajuwon, he checked a couple cats for being out of line. Vernon Maxwell, chill, dude. What are you doing? Chill out. I hear stories from Mully all the time about back in the... Hey, yo, chill out, dude. This is our guy. This is our teammate. Chill. We're all one.
Well, and the thing is I keep thinking about what happened earlier this year with Jock Peterson. He's having a monster year.
Yeah.
He gets slapped.
And nobody had his back.
Nobody. But his powers were zapped after. He was not the same. You cannot tell me he was the same.
Well, you cannot tell me that didn't have an effect on the Giants season.
You called it from the get-go.
You cannot tell me it did not have... He got slapped and nobody came to his defense.
And it was way grainier than this video and not anywhere near as close to as violent.
So... Anyway, about that, and miss me with the Michael Jordan stuff. Draymond Green's not Michael Jordan. He's not Michael Jordan.
Well, it's just 30 years ago. Times have changed. I mean, times have changed. Can we be more sophisticated as a fan?
Let's get back out to the lines. 510
as
Finn.
a human.
510 Finn in Oakland, listening on the Odyssey app. And we'll get everybody. We'll get to everybody. I promise you. 510 Finn, Oakland, listening on the Odyssey app. What's happening?
Yo, what's good, fellas? Good morning. Thanks for taking my call, man. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, for sure. I'm hearing a lot of folks, talking about Draymond was reactionary and all. Poole shoved him first. I feel like he knew what he was doing, man. He baited him into contact so he could have the excuse that he put his hands on him first. But, if you're Jordan Poole, what are you supposed to do, bro? You got your chest all in my face.
Yep.
And, like you're all in my personal space, bro.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how he was going to react. And honestly, if Jordan Poole doesn't do that, then how far does it go? Why does Draymond have to get to feel like he can do that to anybody on the whole team? Like, this kid's not a rookie no more, bro. It could be argued that he played at least as big, if not a bigger role, in us winning the ring last year.
Agreed.
So, that's just old, bro. We know how he's going to react, and I think he baited him into it. So I'm not absolving JP entirely, but I feel like people are kind of like overdoing the whole, well, it's a natural reaction. Like, bro, you knew what you were doing, dog.
Exactly.
Well, it's not new.
And I'm with you on this. It's a great call.
510 Finn.
This whole rookie hazing, you got to earn your stripes thing. We don't do freshman hazing anymore. We've realized, it's kind of stupid.
Can I stop you for a second with this? Let's put Jordan Poole in this situation.
It drives me crazy.
So let's just say hypothetically, because a lot of people think Jordan Poole hasn't earned.
Do you want your kid hazed?
No, hell no.
Do you want to be hazed?
No, hell no.
It's a rite of passage.
Listen to this. So let's just say some people say, well, Jordan Poole's got to earn his keep. He's got to earn it. This guy gets drafted late in the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Comes, plays part of that 15-win season. Jordan Poole did not look like an NBA player for the first 3.5 months. Gets sent down to the G League.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back.
Took it on the chin.
Goes back to the G League. All right, comes back. You start to see some progress.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough progress to say, hey, he's going to be 6th man of the year, but you see some progress. Comes back his second season. Slumps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Goes back down to the G League. Goes back to Orlando in the bubble. Figures it out. And he comes back and he averages nearly 15 points a game the rest of the way. And I know in that playing game, both playing games, the Lakers and the Grizzlies, it was Steph Curry who wanted to shoot, and it was Jordan Poole who wanted to shoot. And I said, damn, look at Jordan Poole. He wants to shoot the ball in this situation. He's not scared of the moment. This guy has worked his ass off to become the player that he's become. So this whole thing about, well, he hasn't earned what? This guy has been humbled going to the G League. Humbled. Got his butt kicked. Back and forth. Had to hear about, well, boy, the Warriors should have taken Keldon Johnson over Jordan Poole. Oh, my God, Jordan Poole is this and Jordan Poole is that. And we all had our thoughts about Jordan Poole. But he came back and worked for it. And he worked on his game and he worked on his craft. And he's put himself in his position to get paid out like that. Like, we just scoff at his, Jordan Poole hasn't earned this. He earned his keep on this basketball team.
And was starting in the playoffs and then went to the bench and we didn't hear boo-hoo.
Didn't hear nothing. What did he say?
I just want
The
to
number one thing I learned in this organization, it's about winning.
I know.
It's about winning, and he comes from winning, and that's one thing we underrate. You know I'm big on high school stuff,
I know.
Shasky. Winning programs. La Lumiere in Indianapolis, winning program. Michigan University, basketball, John Beeline, that became a winning program again. Comes from winning cultures. And this whole thing about him not being an I guy, and I this and I that, cocky. I don't know where it comes from.
Can I ask you a question? What's the Warriors' culpability in the enabling of the behavior of Draymond Green over a decade?
It's a great question.
I mean, like, because culpability, as we're handing out slices, clearly
Right.
Draymond's got a slice and Jordan Poole has a slice. All those guys are culpable, but it's not like the Warriors are innocent bystanders in this.
No.
They've at some level enabled the behavior, whether it's been negligent or whether it's been a byproduct of trying to overlook it because it's for the greater good of winning championships.
It's a great question, Shasky. Part of it.
And
part of it.
Can I be fair? I would have probably enabled the behavior too because the winning is so intoxicating.
He knew how important he was.
Exactly. And it's financially beneficial.
And what does Steph think?
Exactly.
If you trade him, what does that mean for Steph?
100%.
You don't want to piss Stephen Curry off.
No. But to think that behavior at some point wasn't going to come back to bite them and their enabling of it, I think that's also
it's
naive.
a great question.
I think
it's a
that's
great
also
question.
naive.
It's a great question, Shasky. It's a great question. And the Warriors, they're a little at fault for it too.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying.
No doubt.
That's what I'm saying.
Lamar Jackson just tweeted about this video.
Who?
Lamar Jackson, quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens.
And what'd he say?
That boy would have had to see me until I retired out of the NBA.
Wow. That's the NFL. And everybody, the NFL, fights happen everywhere. Oh, boy, this is bad. Let me ask you. You know what? I'll save it.
Because we're going to get to the calls.
I have a great question for you.
Adam, Paula, Duke, Antonio, Nick, you're on deck. I promise we'll get to everybody on here before we sign out of here on a football Friday / Frisco Friday, but now it's just a Frisco Friday. So we didn't get into
Fisticuffs Friday
Niner stuff. Fisticuffs Friday. There you go,
This is
Lubman.
why he's a writer.
Lubman, that's
Rising
Fisticuffs
journalist Sam Lubman.
Fisticuffs Friday.
Getting exclusives with Logan Webb for garlic fries and baseball, guys.
Quick-witted Sam Lubman. Fisticuffs Friday here in the Morning Roast. And your calls coming up, sponsored by On Deck Small Business Loans.
Day-Day!
Brought to you by On Deck Small Business Loans.
When you own a small business, sometimes you need funds fast. So go to OnDeck.com, America's largest online small business lender. OnDeck makes it easy to apply in minutes. Apply for your loan today at OnDeck.com.
Another three. Why not? Here's Stephen Curry. The laws of humankind do not apply.
The only place to hear Golden State Warriors basketball. 95.7 The Game.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. for us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you with brake replacements, oil changes, washes, and so much more. Get $50 off your first oil change with code OIL50 at Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com and use code OIL50.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. A bottle of Gum Out Fuel Injector Cleaner can clean your entire system and help your engine get more MPGs. Right now, you can get 2 bottles for only $7. A great deal to help you go a good deal farther. Find Gum Out Fuel Injector Cleaner and everything you need for better fuel efficiency at any of our 6,200 stores.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The new Google Pixel 7 Pro is super, especially when it's on Verizon, the network America relies on. It's supercharged, super powered, and a super...
deal.
You know it. Now, switch to Verizon and get the Google Pixel 7 Pro on us with select trade-ins and select 5G unlimited plans.
That really is super.
Yep. There's never been a better time to switch to Verizon. $899.99 device payment purchase with new smartphone line on select 5G unlimited plans required. $200 Verizon e-gift card with ported. Less $700 trade-in/promo credit applied over 36 months. 0% APR. Trade-in conditions and additional terms apply.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
In San Jose, clouds turn to sun, highs near 83.
Weather brought to you by one thing. Install a low-flow shower head and keep water off when brushing teeth or shaving to save water every day. Join Odyssey, and together each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow.
Score big with Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything, so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with the game-changing speed of supersonic Wi-Fi. With 3 times more bandwidth, it covers the field and then some. And blocks billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you protected at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas.
Listen to Bonte and Shasky each day this week around 7:30 for your chance to win a $200 gift card to Kirby. Kirby is your driveway mechanic. Brakes, oil changes, car washes, and more. Get all the info on our contest page at 957thegame.com.
This is JP here, and you are listening to the Morning Roast with Bonte and the Butcher on 95.7 The Game.
All right, we're back. We're about to wrap this up. Changeover coming up. Let's get to the calls right away.
Dibs is
here.
ready.
Dibs is ready to roll. I'm sure Willard's ready to roll. Real quick, let's pay some bills and let's let everybody know. Listen to the Red Gold pregame show with Larry Krueger and Lorenzo Deal this Sunday at 11 a.m. as they get you ready for kickoff between the Niners and the Panthers. Red Gold pregame show is presented by Harris Ranch Beef, legendary quality, and Jim Beam Bourbon Whiskey. Taste the world's #1 bourbon. I'm going to need a cocktail after this one. I got Baby Chaz. Baby Chaz's first swim class today. First swim class.
Really?
11 or 11:30 or something like that.
His and hers first swim class?
Yeah, she loves the water, so it's going to be very, very
Who's
interesting.
got bigger floaties, you or her?
I do.
Swimming is a survival skill, B.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me you know how to swim.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's a no.
A little bit. Let's go to the calls.
He's a big doggy paddle guy.
Let's get to our boy.
Well, I call those the guys that hang onto the side of the rails and they barely lift their head up and over.
That's what I do.
He likes to be in standing water where it's up to about his waist.
Let's go to Duke in the city, listening on the radio. What's up, Duke?
What's up with y'all, man? My brother and nephews, man. Beautiful show that y'all having this morning, man. We had Cool Nut had a song back in the day, man. It'll never be right, man. You ain't gonna pull off nothing like that, man. First things first, man. You don't never punch your teammate, man.
Thank you.
Teammate is supposed to be somebody that's supposed to. Butch, you played CYO basketball. I played CYO basketball, high school basketball, all that. Was a great teammate, man. If you're gonna punch somebody, you're supposed to be somebody on the other side of the team. Draymond is a habitual line crosser, man. Something has to be done about this. You cannot keep doing things like that. I watched the video, man, and I was just like, that's not cool, man. Draymond Green done lost his mind, done punched Jordan Poole, tried to knock the boy blind, man. We can't do that. Not to your teammate, man. You know what I mean? Dre, we love Dre. When he's cheerleading for the team, he's one of the best people that we could have cheer for. But when he's doing things like this, these negative things, and anybody that says what he done was cool, they're tripping. I was a coach. I'm a coach. I played, and you do not do things like that, man. You know, so the brass got to step up, and they got to do something about this, man. Somebody got to do something about this. Dre can't keep doing these type of things, wilding out like this, man. No, he wasn't raised like that, man.
Well, and
no doubt.
Duke, you're hitting the nail on the head here.
Great call.
The problem that I got is that it's the pattern of behavior with no ability to reflect afterwards, and he's just so stubborn. It feels like he's never at fault. He never can self-reflect. It's always somebody else, and I haven't seen any evolution of the behavior. Like, show me a little bit of maturity. Has he shown any of that? Has he shown any restraint in these situations? Here's an example, and I told you, I admit this. I have anger management issues. I'm not proud of them, okay? But it's part of who I am, and I'm learning, and I'm trying to work on it. I was so furious the other day, again, playing in a stupid game, something that I'm doing recreationally for fun. I was so angry after the game. I just left.
Yeah.
I walked away and I left. You know why? Because I know if I sit there and stew and engage, then I'm probably going to say something that I regret, or I'm going to do something because I know who I am. And instead, I remove myself from the situation. Am I proud of it? No. But it's the lesser of two evils. I'm trying to mature and be a better person. I'm not. I'm far from it. But that's part of my own penance with myself and my maturation process. And I was hoping that Draymond over the time would evolve a little. And I feel like it's the same things that we're going through so long. And at some point, it's like, enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. And I don't know what the Warriors do. That's the biggest question. What is Draymond? What could Draymond say to the masses that would win you back over? What could Dre say that would make you say, okay, I understand, let's move on? How does Jordan Poole move on from this? How does Jordan Poole move on from this? Does he want to be here? Does his agent, because yesterday I brought this up hypothetically. Now it's no longer a hypothetical. I think it's a real situation. You're Jordan Poole, you're representatives. It's either us or him. It's either us or him.
This was the question I was going to ask you as we're coming back from break. Two-parter. First one, you're Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Could you play on his team again?
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could.
And what's funny
is it would take time to get over that. It would take time. Like all the dabs, all the team dinners. It would be weird. It would be weird for me. I don't know if I could do that. Especially if I had leverage like Jordan Poole.
And things have happened. And this industry is not basketball. I am not trying to compare it.
Right.
But there's things that have happened to both the two of us and happened in our life where we've been told, you got to be professional. You got to get through it for the sake of everyone else. And you're making it weird. And we do our best. And it's really difficult.
Really difficult.
Tremendous anxiety. And we're talking about a couple of interactions for a couple of minutes, not being on team chartered planes, not being in close quarters,
team dinners,
not practicing over and over and over
on
in
the
locker
bench
room.
Together. Like, I don't know if I'm Jordan.
I don't think I could. I don't think I could.
I'm going to say this.
I don't think I could.
It would not shock me if Jordan Poole's representatives came to Bob Myers now as they're going through these negotiations. And Bob Myers mentioned yesterday, the president of basketball operations of the Golden State Warriors, he mentioned yesterday that, hey, the negotiations are not changing. We're still having dialogue. Nothing has changed. But has it changed? Has it changed for Jordan Poole? Can Jordan Poole play with Dre again?
I mean,
like I just don't.
Think about the way we talk about Bill Romanowski breaking the orbital of one of his teammates. That was like one of those, like, oh boy, like spitting was bad.
Well, the spitting incident
was bad.
Guys in the Broncos locker room was like, yo, what's up with this?
Yes.
What's up with this? And then when he signed on to the Raiders, Lincoln Kennedy, he brought this up. When Romo signed with the Raiders, Romo had to go talk to the team and say, all right, dude, why should we accept you? You spit in a guy's face. And a lot of people thought there was racial undertones under that. Oh, he spit in a black dude's face. Would he do that to a white player? There was all that stuff happening with that. And Romo brought it up unsolicited with Guru and I. We did a show the day after Myles Garrett had swung the helmet. And we did a show and Romo talked to us and he said, guys, when I spit in J.J. Stokes' face, I had to go to Steve Atwater, John Elway, Mike Shanahan, all these dudes on that team, especially the black players, that like thoroughly apologize. It was like, please keep me on this team. It was not acceptable.
No. But it's interesting that he showed that self-reflection. Because when I think of Romo, I don't think of self-reflection.
Yeah, no, you think of psycho.
But that's Draymond's going through a similar thing. Here's a great text.
Say if Jordan Poole's just bumping his gums. If he's just bumping his gums, Jordan Poole to Draymond, that warrants a punch? My counter to that
I don't know what led
Draymond
up to
always
it.
chirps.
I know, but I don't know what it led. This could have been years, months. Like, we've all had those situations where a guy has been, emotionally abusing you or whatever. I'm not saying that that's happening here, but we don't know that didn't happen.
Let me ask you this, because I want to get back to the calls.
Yeah.
Somebody calls you the B word in a workplace.
One time?
One time.
In front of who?
In front of the entire station.
It'd be tough for me to take that, but I'd probably have to take it.
You probably have to take it.
But what frame of mind am I in? Are we been exchanging barbs for 20 minutes?
I go back to Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
When he called Kevin Durant the B word.
Yeah.
Over and over on the bench.
Yeah.
And now we all think about Kevin Durant. A lot of segmented Warrior fans don't even want to accept Kevin Durant. I think he's an all-time Warrior. Kevin Durant should get his props for helping us win championships. But KD, obviously, it took him a long time to get over that.
I don't think he's still over it.
Right.
If we're being honest.
If we're being honest. That's just a B word.
I know.
So Draymond obviously uses that all to, if he's talking trash, trash talk all's fair, right?
Yeah,
in trash talk.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
There's some things that you can't bring up.
So did Jordan Poole bring up something that he couldn't bring up?
I don't know.
That's the $1 million question.
But that's my point. We don't know what preceded it. We're reacting to the video. I will say this. There is a slice of culpability for Jordan Poole. I don't know what it is. I don't have the backstory or the context. But clearly from Bob Myers, Steve Kerr, and Steph Curry, they don't think Draymond's actions were warranted based off of whatever JP Dunn said. Here's from Bram, our buddy from Warriors.
Warriors Huddle. What up, Bram?
This is a beautiful text. What makes Draymond so special was his ability to weaponize his emotions and take everything up to the line, but not really crossing it. Now that he's crossed it with the teammate, the entire perception of him feels like it will change.
And it has.
That's a really good way of putting the way he plays with the emotions.
Bram is a lawyer. He's got to play with words, man. That's my guy.
I mean, Draymond might want to put him on.
It is the perception now of Draymond Green. As Warrior fans, how do we defend Draymond Green? He's our guy. He's our guy. He's helped us win 4 championships. And every fan base, like Sacktown KC, our buddy KC, ESPN 1320, has always had something against Draymond Green.
Well, he said last night, if you would have swapped out Horford for Draymond the last decade, would anything be different?
Wow. That's how he feels about Draymond.
We can argue about that.
We can argue about that. But now it's like when people take shots at our guy, Draymond Green, because we were quick to defend him. How do we defend him now? How do we defend this? How can you defend this?
I just don't know what an appropriate course of punishment is moving forward, and I don't know what the dynamic can be where they can resolve it. Look, it's easy today to be like, he's done forever. I don't know if he is. Is Jordan Poole the type that could turn the other cheek? Is he stronger than you and me and willing to be able to move forward? I don't know. Is Draymond willing to have a come to Jesus situation where he can't have his apology accepted by Jordan Poole? I don't know. These are all questions I don't have an answer to.
Then there's the question of who leaked the video.
Well, that's a whole nother element.
That's a whole other element. We could do another 2 hours.
And then the financial ramifications of if there is a suspension.
Right.
Let's just say, how much are the Warriors on the hook on financially?
Right.
Does this void the player option? I don't know what the language is in those deals. Does this make him less likely to be traded, more desirable, less desirable around the league? Like, there are layers to this outside of the Warrior organization that none of us can even begin to quantify.
Brad with a text back. I love Draymond, but I couldn't represent him in this case. Let's go to Paula in Chicago, who had a hell of a call yesterday. She's back
Paula.
listening on the Odyssey app. What's up, Paula?
I'm good. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
Well, I would like to start my comment by congratulating you on your excellent comments.
No, thank you.
Pretty much said what I wanted to say. But the part that we have to take Draymond all the way back to kindergarten so he can learn to keep his hands to himself. Because that's like a lesson that you teach 5-year-olds, and then you have a 32-year-old that doesn't grasp it. This is just like, I was outraged yesterday, but today I feel like I got a new white hair, and I'm 22. Like, he gave me my first white hair with that video. Like, how the heck do you mess things up to this extent?
Wow. If you saw your own children fighting like that, wouldn't you feel that there is a lot going on there? It wasn't just what was said in the moment. Like, either somebody's taking something out on someone, because I've done that in my life, where I've turned someone into a scapegoat because I'm angry about other things, or these two have some deep, rooted resentment.
So here Richard Jefferson tweeted out the video, and thanks for the call, Paula. We'll get to Adam, Anthony, Antonio, and Nick in just a second. Just want to read this tweet. This is very interesting. Amin El Hassan.
Amin El Hassan, who was part of the front office for the Phoenix Suns for about a decade and has been doing work on ESPN with the Levitard network.
I was going to get there, Shasky.
Meadowlark Media.
So Amin El Hassan, who does all that, as Shasky just said, tweeted out that the facility has separate cameras. The facility at Chase Center has separate cameras controlled by video coordinator and building security cams. Judging off the video quality, my guess is this was from a security camera. Judging off the quality, my guess is this was from a security camera. That's interesting. That's interesting. Security guard making $15, $20 an hour.
I mean, I don't blame that person in that situation.
It's time to get paid, baby.
I mean, come on. That's how TMZ's made a fortune off of this. I mean, that's the Beyonce video where her sister beat up Jay-Z in the elevator.
Wow.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it all comes out as security footage.
Wow.
The Ray Rice.
Yeah, Ray Rice. Wow.
You know?
So, anyway.
Was it the Kareem Hunt hotel?
Hotel room, Kareem Hunt.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some of those things.
Let's go to, all right, let's get these calls out of the way.
I mean, is Cowherd still going to employ him on the volume?
Absolutely. This is going to, the next podcast from Draymond Green is going to break numbers.
Yeah,
it's going to break records.
You're probably
It's going to do millions of downloads. We'll be replaying. Hell, it'd be a 49er Monday coming off the Carolina game, and whatever Draymond says over the weekend will take top billing. I'm going to tell you that right now.
But, okay, it will on episode, like the first one that he releases, but then after that, like, does everyone just look at him differently? Do you take his words?
Of course.
I mean, man, this is tough. I would love to know what people outside of the Bay Area think about this.
Yeah, did Stephen A say something? Did all the national punting?
Are we too in the weeds? You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know. Let's go to Nick in Berkeley. We'll get these calls rolling.
Like if I said AD did this to LeBron, wouldn't you say no way in hell AD and LeBron can ever play again?
AD would be gone on the next. LeBron,
and I'm just using two players.
AD would be gone within 48 hours.
Okay,
within 48 hours.
Reggie Jackson does this to Kawhi.
Well, Reggie Jackson talked best about Russell Westbrook and KD. They got his ass up out of OKC. Oh, you think you're a starter? We heard from Slater yesterday. Oh, you think you're a starter? Bye-bye.
Well, and that's where I'm listening. I'm just listening to the words and the defending of Jordan Poole yesterday. I feel like the organization's made their decision without saying it.
I don't
and
know.
Without doing
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that.
That's just my feel. That's just my feel.
I hear you.
That's just my feel.
Nick in Berkeley, what's happening? Nick, you still there? Going once, going twice? He gone. Antonio in Oakland, listening on the radio. What up, Antonio?
Hey, you guys. Man, it's already bad enough, you know. He can't shoot. He gets technical fouls. You know, he kisses LeBron's ass every chance he gets, and now he's fighting a teammate. I've had enough, man. This is like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, you know, but with a punch and teammates. I'm just tired of that stuff, man. Get rid of him or just let him play out the contract. Give Jordan Poole that max, y'all. And have a great weekend and go Niners. Shout out to Curry for, you know, having Jordan Poole's back.
No doubt. Wow, dude. Let's go to Adam in San Francisco watching us on YouTube. What up, Adam?
Hey, guys. How we doing? You were saying, Shasky, about Draymond, you know, is he going to come to a realization, whatever. It's like, here's the thing, and we all know this is that people don't change. And Draymond especially is just, this is who he is, right? But I think, not that the writing's been on the wall for a while, but it's just like you look at everything that he's done, you know, chasing KD out, the antics last year in the playoffs, his disappearance in the finals, and then he kind of, you know, brought it all back. But to do what he did to a teammate, and I'm sorry, like, there was video footage of Jordan Poole shooting the ball after the fight, which is I'm glad he's okay. Draymond is 6'6", 230, and Poole is 6'4", 190. Like, he could have seriously hurt him.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
This
And
is
they're
boxing.
very lucky.
Yeah,
And, well, he's lucky he
Right.
didn't break his wrist, too, or
Right.
his hand.
And I just think it's just come to this point that, like, you know, we knew about the extension this offseason. It's like, probably not going to give him the full max, whatever. But it's like, this is where my line's kind of been crossed as well as a fan of, like, as much as I've loved Draymond and stood up for him for as long as I have, this is just not okay. Like, he slept a teammate. Like,
yeah, slept him. Yeah, that's a great word. Slept him.
That
That's
is
he
exactly.
slept him.
Again,
he slept him.
if this was
And
a
that was out
World
of
Star,
pocket.
if this was a World Star video and a World Star, you heard that in the background. How's it any different? Like, these are those videos that my wife's like, stop watching. I was watching. It's called Knockout Fights. Like, this would be in one of those videos.
I told you yesterday off the air that about this situation. I had heard rumblings that this was as bad as some of the Spreewell incidents back in the 90s. Remember, I told you that
I
off
know
air.
you did. You did.
And I was like, well,
And I
from
didn't
what
want to
I'm
believe
hearing,
it.
yeah, I know.
I was like, nah, it can't be that bad.
It can't be that bad. Now we see the video and it's like, and I get, there's probably been a million punches thrown in practice. We get it. We see the Steve Blake video at Maryland when he squared up and going at it. And he got chin checked. They ended up going to win the national championship. It's all good. But now that it's out like this, how does Jordan Poole react to it? What do the Warriors do now that it's out? Like, there's
Well, and
so
how
many
do
layers to this.
fans receive Draymond?
Well, I think we've heard from a lot of fans.
What do you think the overall sentiment is?
Draymond's got to go.
Yeah. I'm getting that
That's the
feeling,
vibe
too.
I get.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling too.
Should he go? I don't have.
It's not up to us to
It's
decide.
not up to us. Yeah,
it's up
not
to
my
the team,
decision.
and the league, and the players in that locker room.
Yeah, no doubt.
Whether they're willing to embrace him or not. It's not up to me.
Nah, no doubt. Let's go to Patrick down in San Diego. I think it's the 619 down there via the Odyssey app. What's up, Patrick?
I love San Diego.
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
I saw a comment on Instagram said Draymond is in mid-season form with that punch, and sadly, it's true. He needs to be in anger management classes, therapy, some course of action to patch this thing because it's repeated behavior. Go Niners, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, no doubt. Go Niners. Go Niners. Anthony in Oakland.
My comment.
Well, Anthony, what's up, man? You already ready to roll? Listen to it on the radio. What's up, Anthony? Turn the radio down.
Oh, okay. Actually, I guess Antonio's and Anthony's think alike because Antonio kind of took my take when I was going to mention about the comparison of Will Smith and that Chris Rock. But I will say to this day, I don't think Chris Rock will going to ever accept Will Smith's apology.
No.
He haven't yet.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
In a professional setting.
So what do you think the Warriors do, Anthony? What is Jordan Poole thinking?
Oh, man, come on now. I imagine in a locker room there's half and half. Half that's talking and whispering in Jordan Poole's ear about what they would have done if that was them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to hear this throughout the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Wondering, what would you do? Man, I wouldn't have let him do that to me.
Yep.
I mean, I won't. Can you imagine how many times the ball is not going to get past to Draymond? Back to Draymond.
Wow.
Well, and going back to this, he's right about this.
Yeah.
I watched the Nolan Ryan doc, and Dave Winfield charged the mound on him, and this was in the
need to
late
watch that doc. I
in the
wanna
late
watch that doc.
70s. And Nolan Ryan said that day forward, I said to myself, if anyone comes at me and is anywhere near me, I'm gonna get them. They're not
Yeah.
gonna get me.
And ask Robin Ventura about
Exactly.
that. He got choked out on the mound.
I'm not gonna allow someone to get into my space like that. And he learned that lesson the hard way.
And Jordan Poole was right to move Draymond off of him. Like, yo, get out of my space.
To me, it was a defense mechanism.
Right.
Back up, and then he backed up as he was doing it, meaning like, yo, back up, get out of my face. And then Draymond just completely lunged forward and squared him up.
What in the hell was said
I
to
don't
warrant that?
I don't know.
What in the hell was said?
That's not a one-line thing.
No.
There's an underlying thing there. There's way more to this.
All right, let's go to Sparky and San Lorenzo, and then we'll get to Ashley and Preston to end the show. Sparky, good morning. You're on the roast. Sparky gone.
I guess his
Let's go
electricity didn't work.
Let's go down to Phoenix. Phoenix, Ashley, on the roast. What's up, Ashley?
What's up, Bonta? Yeah, so I was watching ESPN yesterday after everything went down, and something that Jalen Rose had mentioned was the fact that what was being written about the altercation was that punch did not land. now that the video is leaked, now that we know that punch has landed Poole literally on his butt, this is a huge change in the narrative. It's a huge change in what's going on in the organization and about Draymond Green's future. Like, this changes everything.
No doubt. What do you think happens? What should the Warriors do, Ashley?
Oh, he's gone. Draymond's got to go.
Wow.
There's no way you can have that sort of cancer on a team, no matter, we understand that in the past that, the Warriors are a winning organization and Draymond Green is that heart and soul of the team. But if I have a teammate that punched another one of my teammates, what makes me wake up one morning and think, oh, he's never going to punch me. This is never going to happen again. Like, this can't, that tension is going to be present the entire way through so long as they are teammates.
Great call, Ashley. Call back. Great call. Excellent call.
Really good call.
Man.
Except she called you Bonta.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I'll
People
allow
mess
it.
that up all the time. I
know.
mean, Bonta,
Well, it's better
Bonte.
than Paul O'Driscoll from the O Club calling you Bonita.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean.
That autocorrect is a killer.
It is a killer. It is a killer. It is a killer. Man,
He also, I think, thought you were a woman, but that's okay.
It's all good. It's all good. Then
Love you, Paul.
It's like, hell, it's not what I imagined. Preston San Ramon watching on YouTube. What's happening? What's happening, Preston?
Hey, Bonte, Shasky.
What's up,
So,
man?
I have a friend of mine that was in the building when that happened, and pretty much what he said was nobody expected that to come out of Draymond, but what we all know is JP and Dre, they've been going at it here and there. JP's the young guy that chirps back a little bit with Dre. They kind of got that in common. And I just think this is a brother-brother situation. Sometimes you get in a little altercation or whatever, and clearly it doesn't look good on video. Was Draymond wrong for that? Absolutely. I do not support that at all. But at the end of the day, sometimes the younger brother is going to get it from the bigger brother. So
Yeah, but we've seen guys. Let me just step in. Kyrie specifically is an example of someone who did not want to be referred to as LeBron James's little brother.
Yep.
They're both grown men.
And the reporter's like, is he like a father figure? He's like, no, I have a dad.
Yeah,
LeBron's a teammate.
Exactly.
What are you talking about?
So, like, I know a lot of people want to file this under that. I've worked with a lot of people. And Sam Lubman, I love you. You know this. If you and me got into it, I would not be like, yo, you're my brother. And like, these are two brothers fighting. Right. And me and my brother have fought. I've never punched my brother square in the jaw like that. And believe me, we've thrown.
Right.
That is a haymaker. I know what I'm doing when I do that.
I've got my little brothers. I've never hit my brothers in the face. It's rip shots. It's chest shots.
Exactly.
You don't go head shots
and
on your
I've
brother.
suplexed him into a refrigerator, but that's neither here nor there.
Some things happen.
You know what I'm talking about.
I'm not
But,
diving
like,
into
face,
it.
To me, the face is off limits.
You want to admit that on the airways? You go ahead and do that. I'm not going to admit anything.
Gibbs, you got
I've gotten
brothers.
involved
You know.
with.
I got a sister.
Oh, I thought you had brothers.
I got two brothers and a
Hurricane
sister.
Gale.
I hit my sister so hard. I mean, I've never hit another human being so hard.
Is she older or younger?
She's 4 years older.
Well, there
so
you go.
I hit her with
Hurricane Gale is a savage.
Draymond with the straight right. I went roundhouse.
Right.
I clock her in the temple, and she looks at me, and she says, now what?
Oh.
And I
took it
said,
like a champ.
I start crying is what happens now. And she
Grabbed
moved
the
in,
knife.
and she unleashed about 6 or 7 straight, and that was it. I mean, shout out to Kaner.
Shout out to
Is
Kaner.
that sound, is that really you, or what is that from? Because that is a classic.
The grunt?
Yeah.
It's from the old Jolo and Dibs theme. Pump up the volume. It's time to play ball. It's Jolo and
It was a great
Dibs.
song.
Turn the game
I
on.
missed that show.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And then so my sister called in and
Gotcha.
sang the theme, and the grunt has become part of her lore. Yeah.
This was
All right, we
not
gotta
Flight
flex, Shasky. We got to
957.
flex. We gotta
Oh, my
flex.
bad.